Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a mind. Never made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
I might take up a couple of heads a night. Somebody give me a guillotine. I just might ride on my enemies. Dog and I fuck on my energy. Nowadays, they just talk, but they talk about nothing. Nowadays, everybody wanna say something. Goddamn, I'm the man, and it feel like it. Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm trying to get paid.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd without fear. Got the homie Robo of Left Face TV. Welcome to episode, was this 51? Is it 51? I think it's 51. 51.
51?
51 of the Nerds of Culture podcast, the Woke Shade Room of
That's right.
nerd podcast, as well as we add that little dash of sasson.
That's it. There it is.
We just kind of sprinkle it like instead of Salt Bay, sasson. Sasson Bay.
I feel like there's a little bit of like a French little flavor on it, but I'm here for it. Because I love Paris, so sasson.
Sasson. Oui. No, in all seriousness though, we are here. It's that time. It's Thursday, so you know what we're gonna do. You know how we roll here in these here streets. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now, if for whatever reason you don't know what this show is all about, what we come here to do, I think the only way I can really rightfully state it is we bring the woke. We are the wokies. We are the wokies.
That's right.
We're the wokies that they warned you about. And,
That's right. You know why? Because we stay woke. That's why.
Oh yeah, you see, just like that. We stay woke. We stay woke. We stay woke. That's what we do. I don't make it up.
You know what I need?
The rules.
I need a shirt. I need a shirt that says "Stay woke." That's what I need in my life.
Right.
That's what I needed. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Where can I get a shirt that says "Stay woke"?
Truth be told, I don't know either. But we're gonna find out because I'm trying to actually make this whole thing work. There is technically, and here, actually got it to work. Oh my god, it actually fucking worked.
See, I just had to manifest it.
You had to manifest it to be. I don't know what it was. It was being really weird for a moment there. I don't know. I don't really know what the fuck was going on there. I'm not even gonna try and pretend to know what the fuck was going on just now. But basically the way I'm just gonna put this in here. There is a new merch storefront that we're doing through Streamlabs, and they give you the ability to sell merch. So that's what we're gonna try it out. I had another merch store that I don't know if it even gets used anymore. But this is the one. We're going to use this one because this one is connected to the stream. And if someone buys something, it shows up, or at least should show up on the stream. At least if I have all of my, if I have all my ducks in a row, if I have all my ducks in a row, it will show up. But that is neither here nor there. We're gonna hope that I have all my ducks in a row. So that said, I'm going to just post the link in there. And you do with that information what you will. I'll actually try and just make it a command that you can just type in and you can pull the store up if you so desire to do so. If you have the wherewithal to do so, you'll be able to do it that way. I'm not gonna set it up right now because walking and chewing bubblegum at the same time has suddenly become incredibly difficult just now. But that said, there is a new piece of merch that you can check out. I'm actually going to pull this. I'm actually going to pull this up on the on the stream so you guys can see it. I worked so hard on this. Oh my god, I worked so hard. You guys have no idea. Let's see. Oh wait, that was not the correct one. So we're gonna actually go to this one. There we go. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. Look at that. Here, we're gonna zoom in a little bit. Look at that. Stay woke. Stay woke. Because you're next. That look. That's just a little
the more succinct way of that whole poem that talked about, and no one was there, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't like,
Yeah.
look,
We fixed it.
we can sum this up a little bit. That's a long poem.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we could, I could just as easily recite the entirety of the poem to you, because I mean, it is, it's a very important poem. I think that it is, I think it's probably one of the most important poems of, in human history. I could just as easily be like, hey, look, let me put you on game. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for, all right, okay, I get it. We get it. There's a lot of that. Tell you what, how about this? How about we just cut all that bullshit? How about we cut all this bullshit and we just say that. Stay woke. Because you're next. Because you're next. Yeah. So there you go. The link is in the chat right now. If someone feels so inclined to desire to have one, it is there. Ooh, sweet coffee. I needed that. That's the medicine right there. That's the medicine.
Good, actually.
Man, look, that was actually why it took me so long. Like y'all didn't see this because I was back when we went live. But the reason why it took me so long to come back is I was like wrestling with whether or not I had time to make coffee while the countdown was going.
Nice.
And my wife, queen that she is, she said, you know what? I'll fix it and bring it to you. I was like, man,
I got you, boo.
It's like, man, look at that. See, that's why you get married. That's why you get married.
That's right.
That's
exactly why you get married.
Exactly.
So people can bring you coffee.
Right? Dude, y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about
just
that.
Just in case y'all didn't know, we're just kidding. You're supposed to love your wives as people. That's why you have kids.
Exactly.
Kids is what brings you coffee. Bring your controller. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like nothing is better than, hey, can you give me that right there? Sometimes if I'm thirsty, I will stay thirsty because I know my son will come in the room soon and be like, oh, thank God. Can you give me some water real quick?
Dude, let me tell you something. That is something I don't know where it comes from. But whenever Cersei and I play video games, especially we're playing together, I never have to get up and get the controllers. She will always get up and go pick up the controllers and bring them to me.
Aww.
And I'm always just like,
you're the best.
I was like, you know what? I raised you right.
That's right.
I raised you right. You good. You gonna be all right. Now, I can't ask for the TV remote because they lose that shit all the fucking time. And it's neon fucking green. I put a neon green cover on it just so it would stick out more. But no, apparently we still lose that motherfucker.
You got to get one of them. I don't know if Samsung or Android has something like this, but like the Apple AirTags. And they sell these things. You just put it, stick it on the back, and just make that thing beep. I'm losing everything. I need that shit.
I actually do need that. That might be the next thing. But no, it's I'm here for it though. Whatever the case may be. That and we got us what I feel is a pretty good jam-packed show. I think we got a lot. I think we got a whole heap of lot we can talk to y'all about.
Yeah.
But the main thing that I really wanted to jump on, this is technically old news because I'm speaking in internet units of measurement.
Yeah.
We're strictly speaking internet units of measurement. Something happened over the weekend. I believe it was Saturday night. I started seeing this, making the rounds. And I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? I was like, why is Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur trending? I was like, what's going on here? And it was a little weird. It was a little weird because let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's go ahead and just snap this whole aspect of it up.
Look at it.
Oh, my man. Look at that. Hey, somebody got one. one. Somebody got one. I need to see who it was. Does it tell me who did that in the recent events? Who
Should.
who did that? Who did that?
I could just tell you.
You know what's funny is because I had my Windows Explorer up, so I saw like I saw the icon, but I didn't see the name. So yeah, there you go. Look at that, man. Robo being the first of many.
That's pretty legit. The way that puts the picture of the thing that you bought. You know what I mean? That's pretty
so you'd be
dope.
like, oh man, check this out. Oh man. But,
right. That means you can't put like anything kind of like where maybe somebody wants it private. You know what I mean? Like you can't sell fleshlights and shit like that, I guess. You know, because they'd be like, oh, I gotta, I don't want that shit up on the screen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
or no, wait, you want to be really problematic? The fake cheeks.
Yeah,
where it'd be like
for the mouse pad.
Yeah, be like, yeah, man, I can just rest my wrist between the cheeks, and it's like, nah, man, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Hey, man, I was gonna get the Blerd without fear, like titties on the mouse pad, but I'm gonna need you to turn the alerts off so I can get a couple of them.
He's like, look, man, let me go ahead and cut that off for you real quick so you don't get in trouble. But but no, I thought that the whole thing, with the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, the TV show, which I thought was actually really freaking cute. It's a cute TV show. Like it's almost like ridiculously too sweet. It's ridiculously too sweet.
It's
like
good. It's good. Yeah.
Like here, I just want to pull this up just y'all can kind of see what's going on here. But if for whatever reason you have not seen the show, I'm just gonna go ahead and say right now, go do it. Treat yourself. Unfortunately, the show was canceled, I think in the last couple of months. After 2 seasons, the show was canceled. And it sucks because I thought they did a really good job capturing the spirit of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Like, both of the main characters are so lovable and cute, and just like what infamous Mike Manhattan just said it. This show will give you diabetes. That's it is that kind of cute, and just it's like, oh my god. And not only that, it is such a sweet and endearing show because unlike a lot of popular media in the 90s and the early aughts, it actually is trying to depict a black family and not as stereotypes.
That's right.
Which I think is actually the most important part of the whole damn thing. Not only that, it's a show that is incredibly diverse. You got Moon Girl, obviously, young black girl, but even her best friend, the person who's her ride or die throughout the entire series, pretty much, whole Latina. Yeah, whole Latina. Just And I don't mean oh, she's a little Latina. I mean no, she actually goes into I won't say oh, she just becomes a walking, talking stereotype.
Right.
But you can tell that she's not just coded on the slick. They're actually trying to let you know that this is someone who is of the culture, and not in an inorganic way. This is how, not saying, oh, this is exactly how every single Latina in the world talks.
That's
it's
right.
No, but it's
it's her.
It's her.
Yeah.
It's not a caricature of such.
And they had a Muslim chick. They got a non-binary person in there. They had, and they even, believe it or not, got a white friend too. Super diverse.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
they had
wait
the
a minute.
DEI friend.
Yeah. See, and that's what I love about it. That's actually my favorite part, because I like
that there's a white person in it.
Yeah, that there's a white person in it, because see, now that person gets to be the the DEI. They get to be the and see now we get to be mad. We get to be like, man, look,
well, that's
DEI,
why I review bombed it. That's why I review bombed it, because you're like, oh, you're trying to force white people down my throat, and be like, giggity. But time out.
Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Let's not get too excited, y'all. Let's not get too excited. Calm down. So everybody calm down.
Damn it.
But no, Yeah, you just to kind of put a you just put a little more behind what you just said. This is very much the way I understand it. This is one of those shows that it doesn't talk down to kids. It has jokes in there for the adults. Not to mention, dude, that fucking intro. It's a bop. That intro is a whole bop. I'm like,
all the music they have in there is like, I'm like, okay,
let's go. But like when the show first came out, I caught myself walking around the house being like, girls magic, and I'd be like, ooh, don't you know, baby? And I was like, oh, okay, let's go. But no, I was like, oh man, I was like, dude, this is hitting. I was like, this is hitting on a level that I think really works. And then the fuckery began.
Yeah.
The fuckery began. So you guys have probably heard about it. You've likely heard by now that when they were taking little kids and saying, oh, hey, wouldn't it be so cute if they were boyfriend and girlfriend? Like on Disney shows and cartoons and movies.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I was silent.
No problem.
I was silent. But then they just had to go too far. They went too far. Then they had to come along and force this alphabet agenda down my throat. Here, let me for myself.
Oh, yeah.
They had to they're forcing the LGBTQIA plus agenda down our throats, and I do not appreciate it because I'll stand idly by and allow young cishet children to be exploited, but I will not stand idly by and allow this to be on my television screen.
That's right.
That's
right.
This
is too far.
It is a bridge too far. It is a bridge too far. And I'm going to tell you right now, for those, just in case, because I know sometimes it's always someone's first show, just in case no one can tell, we are totally fucking joking. This is sarcasm, people.
This whole thing was so. I'll be honest. I haven't seen it. I hadn't seen it. I didn't really have a reason to. I don't read the comics, and I don't have a little girl at home, or you know what I mean, or a little kid rather. And but today, when you showed me the episode that ended up getting 86th, it was the first time I saw it, and I sat there and I was like, how fucking awesome. Like how wholesome rather is what I meant to say. How wholesome. Look, this is dope. This is cool. Like what is the message here? Hey, you have friends. Be yourself. It's okay to lean on other people and never give up. And it's just like these regular things that we all grew up with. All the GI Joe PSAs and Captain Planet. Yeah. The show did the same exact thing we have all grown up with.
100%.
Be yourself, friends, the power of friendship. Everything's there. One difference.
Yeah.
That the topic was her struggling with being trans and how it was affecting the team. They didn't go into obviously genitalia. They didn't do anything.
No.
All they said was, I'm trans. They found out I used to play soccer. And now they're trying to disqualify the team. And she was struggling with this.
Yeah.
And her friends are like, don't you worry. I got your back. That's it.
100%.
That's it.
There was nothing else
and he was
to
like, that's it. That was too controversial. And
I want to point out something now, because like I said, we're talking about a girls volleyball team. And I just want to point out something, because you know how like people always like to use the argument, oh, it's an unfair advantage, a biological boy versus like biological girl, this, that, and the third, so on and so forth. And that's kind of the argument that's actually being made by the villain of the episode, Coach Greer, this very Karen, like she even has the Karen haircut.
Oh, okay, because of the fatty. I get it. No, I was looking at the infamous Mike Manhattan. I saw some people getting thirsty, and I was like, what?
Oh,
and I was like, oh, okay, she got the Incredibles.
Yeah, she got the Incredibles butt.
Okay.
She has the butt that everyone thought Rogue had for the longest time. Also, shout out to Don. So I've actually heard some people say they've had issues with the Streamlab link before. I'm gonna have to investigate that. We might look at going about doing that one a different way, just because I feel like you're not the first person I've heard say that. You're not the first person I've heard say that. John the Modus told me as much. I think a couple of other people have said as much.
Maybe we'll have to go a different route. We'll find something.
We might. We'll revisit that. We'll revisit that in time. Don't sweat it. I will also say, because I see someone already kind of trying to start up. And I'm just gonna tell you, you are not in the correct place for this conversation.
Hard to relate to most stuff from me at the moment. Hard to relate.
They're talking about, you know, so I just kind of give you a little background because of what else they have said since they've been in here.
Okay. See, I was gonna be charitable. Like maybe it's because of little kids. It's just because it's a little kids show.
No, they're like. Because basically what they're talking about, they can't get into stuff anymore because they keep changing backstories and whatnot. Here's the thing, because you're skating down a dangerous road. You're skating down a dangerous road. That said, let's bring this back and we'll shorten this up just a touch, just so it'll all fit nice and neat in there. I'll just say this. It's okay. Not everything is for you. This is something that like, and I'll be honest with you, because I know about roughly the age of our audience. So I'm gonna say this, and this is a hard pill to swallow. File this under hard pills to swallow. Once you turn about roughly 30, 35 years old, no one makes shit for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just a hard fact of life you need to understand, because you have now aged out of the what is largely considered the prime demographic. Now, I will also say that, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know your race or your ethnicity, or your culture, but if you are a white cis-het male, I could get why you would feel that way. But I'm going to tell you why that feeling, and while I think feelings often tend to be valid, why that feeling is invalid. That one specific feeling is invalid. And it's because if you are that, you have been centered since the dawn of entertainment. You have been the center of the entertainment universe since entertainment had begun. Especially entertainment as we know it today. You are always the action hero. You're always the main character of the story. And anyone who is not like you, they're either the butt of a joke or some kind of racist stereotype, or barely even qualify as a background character. If that is the case, trying to work with you, I'm being charitable. I'm handling you with kid gloves, as it were. Something that honestly, you can ask Robo, I normally would not do.
They put a little comment there. They said, I mean like superhero reboots.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I can't help you with that, because some of my favorite things have been rebooted multiple times, and I just roll with that shit. I'm used to it. I like to use the Ninja Turtles as an example. Like every time I would hear somebody complain about a new version of the Ninja Turtles, you know what my response would be, Robo? Yeah, man, I haven't seen my Ninja Turtles since 1986.
That's it. So here's the thing: is that's the way I took it. The way that they clarified, that's the way I took it. When you went down, I'm like, oh, I had it wrong. But you know what's funny is that your initial reply to what you thought they were going at.
Yeah,
I'm glad they weren't. But even still, it applies.
Yeah,
it applies because you know, it's still people change. New kids, new generations. And let me tell you something. They don't want to see our old shit anymore.
They really don't.
I barely want to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I remember the whole DuckTales song. I'm still not downloading it and trying to put it on the TV. You know what I mean?
No.
I like, there's newer shit out. And guess what? When those kids who love that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show that everybody hates grows up, that shit's gonna change, and they're gonna go, man, my shit was way better than this garbage with kids. You know, it's all right, it's okay.
Well,
you know, torrent the old ones. They're still there out there somewhere.
And dude, let me tell you something. Let me make something incredibly clear to you. I'm talking to you, the gentle listeners at home. Every time I would see one of these trailers for like a new Disney movie, like when I say new Disney movie, I'm talking about the reboots, the live action reboots of already pre-established animated movies. I would always see people say, who the fuck is this for? I'm going to tell you who it's for. I'm going to tell you precisely who it's for. I would call her in here, but she's not feeling well, so I'm not going to make her come back here. But my daughter, that's who they're for. And it's not to say that it's because she doesn't like old stuff, but I will tell you this, she's highly resistant to wanting to see old stuff. Like, she's kind of warmed up to it a little bit. Like, case in point, if you ask her, or let's rewind a little bit. If she says she wants to watch Aladdin, it's a valid question to ask her which one. Because she likes both of them.
I mean, so do I.
Yeah, I was like,
I feel like I'm like one of like 6. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then I'm one of 7.
Yeah, you're one of
like
7.
people who like the live action. Every time people are like, I hate the Aladdin this, that, I'm like, oh.
Nah, let me tell you something. Nah. Anyone who says that they hate that movie, they're probably lying to you, or you're just talking to the wrong people. Because I'm going to be honest with you, that movie made a lot of money.
I bet.
That movie, it made $1.051 billion. Everyone who, if you ask 100,000 people and they all say they hate that movie, they are fucking lying to you. They are at least 3/4 of them are lying.
Some of them gotta be lying. Yeah. Like when time froze and she went into that song, I was I love that shit.
I was like, girl, get to singing. And then and I remember I actually got mad when the only reason I was kind of initially hesitant to like it.
Good.
Ooh, man. Ooh, dude, Cosmic.
I like it. Look at that. Look at that. We got some Arby's fans. You know, people always like. I like being the person who's just like me. This is me. Like people, who's eating Arby's and keeping them open? Me.
Yeah,
Arby's sauce. Anyways,
yeah, Arby's sauce hit. But no, I remember when I first saw the trailer for the live action Aladdin, I got really mad because the young lady who was cast in it, who oddly enough is in one of my new favorite horror movies of all time. Her name is Naomi Scott, who plays Jasmine in this, but she also played Kimberly in the Power Rangers live action movie reboot. And she also plays the main character in Smile 2, which I really like a lot. And I remember the first time, because I was just so used to seeing her in the Power Rangers one, I didn't know that, because I was like, I was like, oh, here we go again. Here we go again. We had Jake Gyllenhaal as the Prince of Persia, and now we got, one of the most iconic Disney princesses of all time, a whole woman of color, and now we got to go get this white woman up in here. We need to put some bronzer on her. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, let me calm down, because like someone had put me on game. They were like, actually, while yes, she is, she hails, from merry old England, she is actually, to my understanding, at the very least, half Indian. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, all right, bet. I said, so we're not like fully whitewashing here. We're doing just a little. We're doing about 50% whitewash. It's okay.
Yeah.
And at that point,
it's not racism. It's colorism. So that's good. It's a little better. It's
a little better. Well, it's a horse of a different color, but it's still a horse. So we still have to do. But I will also say that if I can keep that same energy with, like, I can look at a biracial person and say, no, I still consider you a whole black person. I can feel the same way about an Indian person. That basically is the long and short of it. But no, I remember watching that movie. I was like, dude, this is legit. I was like, this is fine. I mean, is every live action Disney movie great? No, they're not all great. I enjoyed Little Mermaid for what it was, but I'll be the first person to tell you, while I enjoyed the movie, I totally get why people don't like it, because it is, for all intents and purposes, with the exception of Prince Eric's song, it's pretty much shot for shot remake that doesn't really add anything to the story. The best part of the movie is probably was it Melissa McCarthy's Ursula, and even then I hate when she does. I hate her rendition of Poor Unfortunate Souls. So yeah, it's just it's just because it doesn't have any pizzazz to it. Like, you can't have a whole Disney villain song that literally is was born from the reality of one of the most iconic drag queens of all time, and then have that shit be like lackluster as fuck. I'm sorry, you just can't do it.
Look, here, I'm gonna do this real quick, just because if we keep talking about Disney, we're gonna get pulled into the other topic, but we haven't quite wrapped up the first one.
That's true. Let's carry on.
Yeah. So that clip I sent you that I made for posting, is that too long for a stream?
Let's see. I don't. Well, you know what? You know what? I tell you what. It is transformative, because it's been
got the words, and we're commenting on it.
It's got words. We're gonna talk over a little bit, I think. So let me see, how long is it? Let's see.
Because I want to give you all guys
we can
a feel for, and if anybody wants it, we have it too. So I mean, we'll probably do like a little watch show on the thing. In one of the servers, but it is. And I say this word, I don't use this word lightly. When I say like heartbreaking, like it's literally sad that this is a show that is literally just supposed to be a feel good. We're here for you. You know what I mean? You have friends. Don't you worry. And then somebody somewhere in some office said, oh, trans? No, we got to pull that shit. We can't be giving them good message. We can't feel good shit about trans kids. No, get that shit off. Who greenlit this shit? Trump is about to have our ass
fired.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, and I guess to give you a little more background too, is that the show. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. The character that is in question here, Brooklyn, is not a new character. Brooklyn has been on the show since the first episode. The thing that I think probably allowed people to ignore her presence for the most part is that the first episode, which is, once again, is the literal first episode of the series, it's easy to ignore her at first because she doesn't speak in that first episode. But then the very next episode she appears in, it's not entirely about her, but she plays a much bigger role in that episode. And while technically they never say that she's trans in any of the prior episodes, you can tell. Like, you can kind of tell. Like there's coding that kind of lets you know. And not only that, and I think this goes, this will also go a long way to kind of, selling the point home, is that the actress who portrays Brooklyn on the show is real life trans actress India Moore. Some of you might know if you ever
know her from.
She was on Pose.
That's right. Yeah.
She was on Pose. She's been in some other stuff too. She, oddly enough, this is kind of a funny one because I remember talking about this on the Blerd Cave like 5 ever ago. She was also in the Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom movie for like all of 5 seconds. She, no one will remember, but she played what was it? Karshan is who she played in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Like, she's in the movie for like literally 5 seconds. But yes, under normal circumstances, I think most people probably know her from Pose. Which is a great show, fantastic show. It is quite literally, I think, the first ever mainstream television series that exclusively talks about trans issues and trans people. Like, pretty much all of your principal characters are either trans or some other spectrum of LGBTQIA plus on some level. Or
Pose?
Yeah, Pose.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all trans or at least gay drag.
Gay drag, yes.
One of those.
Yeah, like you'll literally find just about every character falls somewhere in that bubble. But to get us back to the Brooklyn of it all. So Brooklyn had been on the show for 6 entire episodes, and largely no one really paid it any real attention until she got her own episodes. This means Disney knew the character was there. They knew that a trans person was voicing a character who very likely, probably trans. And it's not, and I'm not trying to, and I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this, I'm not trying to talk any shit. But like, if you listen to India's voice, India has a feminine voice. No matter what role she plays, but she has what's the best way to put it? She has a somewhat more husky voice than like your. I
noticed when she was mad.
Yes, like
when she was mad. If she's talking regular, it's just completely. Yeah. But if she's angry or crying, there's a certain like huskiness behind it to where I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can hear it a little bit.
That's the only time you're really gonna hear it come out. But,
and even then, by the way, let me just say real quick that I wonder if I would be thinking that had I not known she was trans, because you know how some girls like who's the fucking has a country singer dad and was Hannah Montana.
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus. You know, Miley Cyrus is something, especially when she's like laughing real loud. She has that husky kind of behind her. Like sometimes I wonder, like sometimes you think you know stuff, but it's like you already knew, so you can't even. There's no way for you to actually know. Like, wait a minute, would I be thinking that if I didn't already know? You know, shit like that.
Yeah. It's...
Who knows? But yeah, that huskiness does come out when she's angry, when she's yelling, shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like really the only time, in my personal opinion, that it really comes up. I didn't really think very much of it when it initially was like when it popped up. Like I was like, dude, it's whatever. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, it didn't feel like anything was amiss or awry. I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. I was like, I honestly just kind of rolled with it because that's what you probably should do.
That's right.
But and here I'm just...
yeah, that's a good one, Elite. Like, yeah, Maroney's wife in the Penguin.
Yeah,
like, if that actor was a trans woman and we knew that, we would hear that voice and go, yeah, you can kind of tell when you hear, you know what I mean? Like we just kind of attribute things to it. Like there's like masculine looking cis women, but when we see masculinity 100%. In trans women, then we go, oh, we could tell. I'm like, well, Could you? Because I feel like you're just pointing it out because you know she's trans now. You know?
Yeah, like it's like you see the Matrix now, and but instead of just seeing the real world, you're still just looking at the code. You're spending too much time looking at that. But yeah, Shohreh Aghdashloo, she is awesome. That's the actress name. Elite put it in the chat. I always forget her last name. I always remember her first name, but she's also normally just Christian to me from The Expanse. Lo
Tigre. What's up?
Hey, Lo Tigre! Out here, we actually got us a celebrity in the building. Here, we got out here, fully monetized, out here. Also, man. And also, just a real genuine homie.
That's
I
right.
love this guy.
That's right.
This guy's out here got his own life, man. Got his own fan base to look out for. And this guy's calling in and checking on us losers.
He said he has a life. He has a life.
Yeah. He's like, I got shit to do, man. I got stuff. But no, I will say though, to get us back, on the track of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this character has been around for a while. This like none of anything we're telling you is new information by any stretch of the imagination. But the episode in question that we are talking about, this is an episode that is a part of the season 2, part 2 crop of episodes, because they did that thing TV shows are starting to do now where they'll do like, hey, here's this season, but here's half of it now, and we're going to give you the other half of it later. And the back half that has not fully released yet, to my understanding, had an episode called The Gatekeeper. And this is the episode that is largely centered on Brooklyn. And the reason why it is called The Gatekeeper is because as we mentioned earlier, the Coach Greer, who is she's basically the epitome of a soccer mom, only in this case it's volleyball, but a soccer mom who is involved in the sport, and her daughter plays for the team that she coaches. You can actually see her daughter. She's I would say the only other blonde on the team, but there's another one down here, but the one that you can see more prominently. But I was kind of going earlier. I was talking about how the common misconceptions of someone who was born as a biological boy has a clear-cut advantage over a biological female. But if you look at this picture, Brooklyn is not depicted as such. Brooklyn is depicted as incredibly feminine. As a matter of fact, Coach Greer's daughter looks, not saying that they are a masculine presenting character, but just saying they appear bigger and more muscular than even Brooklyn does. So, but I will say this: there is a message in here in this, and it's one of my favorite parts of the whole show. And it's the fact.
Oh wow! No, I'm getting what you're picking up now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what I love about this is there's only one character in the whole show who cares that that Brooklyn was born a biological boy and is now a trans girl. Only one character, and it's Coach Greer.
Yeah.
Coach Greer is quite like matter of fact, even to the point where she keeps constantly pulling out her rule book and trying to point out all these different things and reasons as to why why she can't be allowed to play volleyball. And it's what's even more insane is because this is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. While yes, this is a show that has the epitome of
Message.
There's a message in here. I'm not going to sit here and say there's not. But at the end of the day, she also has to be a villain. And she is a villain who has, I think they kind of hand wave this away. I think the Beyonder comes in, it's like, oh yeah, she picked this thing up. It was a magic key that she got at a supervillain yard sale. And she uses this key to lock Brooklyn behind a door, literally acting as a gatekeeper to Brooklyn being able to play the sport that she wants to play. and it's insane. It's insane, and the way the way it's done, also to the point where like, oh yeah, we're gonna put up all these keys, these locks, and you have to find all these keys in order to do the thing that that you want to do, and it's wild because the commentary, like honestly, this is, I mean, okay, yes, this is a trans episode. This is an episode that's about trans acceptance, but it is also an episode that is also just as much about gatekeeping in general. This show is not the show, but this episode is not just called Gatekeeper because we're gatekeeping trans people, but it's also like you could actually take the entire message behind this episode and apply it to any minority group. You can apply this to Black people. You can apply this to Muslim people, Latin people. You could apply this to Asian people. You could literally take it
this is why I talk about that.
Yeah,
that's why I talk about that framework. You should be able to look at that. And that's just why I find it so wild to me when I see people, and I'm not even talking about color, right? Of course you're going to have idiots. You're going to have people who are dumbasses, but I'm talking about like woke people. I'm talking about people who are activists, people who are, active in their roles. Like, for example, if I see a Black activist, right? So which means you are aware, you are in tune, you are aware of racism.
Yup.
A Black activist who is transphobic. I'm like, that blows my mind. I'm like,
which, by the way, I encountered some of that today.
I carried it a lot. I carried it a lot. Yeah, unfortunately, you know what I mean. Yeah, and it's just like, how do you not put the two and two together? Like, all people, because the oppression is there.
Also, I want to say I really like this part too. The deeper context when Brooklyn escapes and she comes out of like, dude. My God, let me tell you something. Go
back to the lineup too. Why you say that?
Yeah. Here, I got you, King. I got you. Check this out. Bam. Look at it.
Yeah, but go ahead. What were you saying?
No. Just I love just. Also, I want to point this out too, real quick, because I saw someone get really antsy with me in the replies when I talked about this on Threads. The character that is like not furthest to the right, but to the left of Moon Girl. That was another thing that they brought up this episode as well, is that character is non-binary.
Right.
Which I actually thought was pretty cool too, because I was like, yeah, we're showing some representation out here. And the show has been doing that since day one, but it's just like, this was the episode that they were like, look, we're just gonna let this shit all hang out. And I wonder, was this the image? Was this the thing they put in there? Like, was this the straw that broke the camel's back that Brooklyn had a sticker on her water bottle that said trans is beautiful? Was this the one? Was this the straw?
There was also like a nice little effect at the end when she kicked the thing and it made a streak, but the streak was trans flag colored. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Like right
cool.
here, this right here.
It is. Yeah.
And also even this right here, like when she was getting ready, she was going into anime, like I'm about to do my super duper ultra mega power up move. Like, when it did like the whole like rainbow, like all of the colors of the LGBTQIA plus spectrum. Like that, dude, I'm sorry, man. Dude, you can people can hate all they want, but this episode was fire. Like just how they even depicted the way that Brooklyn had to jump through so many hoops, like literally having to play like this game of having to to get all these different keys and like everything, and like and even to the point where like I even kind of read the commentary and that like some of the things were ridiculous, and that's because the shit that you usually have to do to prove that you're a human being in the eyes of people who don't see you as such, yes, it's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid that you have to do this shit.
And what happens at the end?
Yeah, when she actually like, she
okay,
actually,
I'll play your game. I'll do the thing. Yeah,
right. And it's like, oh, psych.
No,
it's like psych.
I said you had these 20 things to do, but I need you to understand something.
I'm gonna need you to run
all
it back.
the things that I keep telling you, like for example, and there's real life parallels here. Look, we don't care about trans people. We're just saying leave the kids alone. okay, let's say just for the sake of argument, because no, how about that? We're gonna protect trans kids too. But for the sake of argument, let's go. All right, fine, we'll leave the kids alone. What are they doing? They're banning care for everyone. They're banning care for all. That is a lie they tell. So in this episode, they say, look here, just do these 20 things and you can get out, okay? And then when it happens, psych, nah. Look, here's the deal. You're still trans. Look, it's not about any of the 20 things. It's about you being trans. And until that changes, you're going to be kept behind this locked door.
Yeah. And quite literally gatekeeping, in the actual literal sense. It's wild to me. But here, I want to play this clip because Robo took the time to actually make this, and I'm very curious to see how y'all respond.
And it starts at that point where she's done all the 20 things with the help of her friends. They finally make it. You think they're going to make it to the volleyball game on time. And then the door reappears. The instructions happen all over again. They realize that they're right back at the beginning. And then the clip picks up from there. Yeah.
So let's see here. We're going to pull this up. So y'all just sit back, relax, enjoy. Y'all should be able to hear this, I hope. So let's do it.
To get out, you must follow my rules. I'm trans. My very existence breaks Greer's rules, which means as long as I'm a member of this team, we'll never escape. This is all my fault.
Shit had me in tears.
Yeah, Brooke. Let us step up for you.
Yeah, Brooke. We're here.
Aww. Dude, holes. Just good cleaning holes.
Doesn't matter how many doors people like you slam in my face. With my fight, plus my crew backing me up, I'm always gonna find my way out.
See, and that's the type of stuff
I'm talking about. That was the whole message. It was good. It was good. Nope, you're not allowed to have good messages, trans kids. You're not even supposed to exist.
Well, and then you know what I saw? There, somebody actually said this when because I actually posted another clip of this on Threads. I posted another clip of this. I want to see if this person's still. I want to see if this person is still on my post. But yeah, the main takeaway for me was that let's see here. Okay. Gotcha. Here we go. Where to go? Let's see here. All right, here we go. One of the people, and they got ratioed into oblivion. I just want to put it out here. But basically, they said that stop putting gender politics in children's shows. I hate how LGBTQ try this nonsense all the time. And this is okay. And I just want to put this out here. So for me, when I see stuff like that, when I see people say stuff like that, and you're having that kind of energy, trying to make this excuse as though like this entire marginalized community that totally gets shit on by everybody is somehow they have all this power in the world. No, they don't. And I actually found this the other day, and it really spoke to me. And I'm going to share it with y'all because personally, I know maybe not everyone feels this way, but for me, I think this is probably one of the most important feelings you could ever have, or not feelings, but the most important stances you can ever take. And it's this. I will always be on the side of those who have nothing and who are not even allowed to enjoy the nothing they have in peace.
There it is.
And honestly,
there it is.
I think everyone can learn from this. Everyone can learn from this. And before anyone tries to say, oh, well, they're trying to indoctrinate kids. Okay, first off, let's shut this shit down right now. Every last single one of the characters that are on the show is a fucking teenager, which to be fair, by the time you reach that point in your development, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably already obvious to most people who have eyes to see who you are. Like, I always like to use this guy as an example. When I was in the 8th grade, actually, no, 7th grade. When I was in the 7th grade, there was this guy. Hell, actually, no, I take that back. Shit, I knew this dude since I was like in 6th grade. Anyway, point of the matter is...
That's kind of weird what just happened. And I just saw something happen in chat that's kind of weird.
Well, what's up?
John Stewart says, now y'all got me wondering if that's why the new Quantum Leap got canceled. And then clearly, unrelated, 2 messages later, Windcrow says, didn't they do that kind of stuff in the original Quantum Leap? Who the fuck brings up Quantum Leap accidentally at the same time?
Well, okay, so I will say this. I will say this, though, because, yes, I think John is on to something. But also, yes, you are correct, Windcrow. They did do that kind of stuff. There were multiple episodes where Sam, played by the incomparable Scott Bakula,
right.
There were multiple episodes where he leapt into the body of a woman. And they would show the woman sometimes, but a lot of the time they would show him because it was the whole thing where, like, he is still technically there. He's in the body of that person. So sometimes you would see him in dresses and basically being in drag. And so I don't think many people complained then.
If you knew, let's say you were in on the science, right? The event, right?
Right.
He told you the story and you know it's true. Okay.
Right.
But the body he's in, who's telling you the story, hey, I'm this guy, we jump around, is in a woman's body. Okay? A female body. If you have sex with Scott Bakula's character, knowing everything that's going on, knowing that the person who's going to be experiencing your sex, are you gay?
Yeah, because I think that actually does come up.
Like, look, here's the deal. If you're gonna mess with your homie just because just because they're in a woman's body, knowing it's your homie, I got hell, might be good news for you. Who knows? You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. I actually almost hit the button. I was about to hit the button, but I was like, you know what? That's not really bad news.
It's
good
something
news.
you just got to come to terms with.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
it's almost like your gender is up here. That's where gender is.
Not like down there.
That's right.
Well, and
that's right.
I also want to point out too that, for me, and I think I've actually said this before, that I'm attracted to femininity. Like that's what I'm attracted to ultimately. It doesn't like if I okay, case in point, I'm gonna tell on myself a little bit here. So I look at someone like India Moore and I don't think of her as I recognize she's a trans woman, but I look at her and say she's an attractive woman.
That's a woman, right?
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, she's attractive for a trans woman. No, I mean she's attractive. Period. That's the end of the statement. I don't care about the fact that she's trans. I see her. And I see, oh, okay, yeah. I was like if I didn't know shit about her, if I didn't know shit about who she was, I didn't know she was a Hollywood actress, she's been in TV shows and movies that I've watched or whatever, I just bumped into this woman at a fucking club somewhere, I'd be like, damn, dude, she's hot. And if she walked up and said, hey, what's good? I'd been like, I don't know, man. What's good? I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, if she's coming up to me, my hesitation is nothing to do with her being trans. My hesitation is like,
am I getting punked?
Nah. I mean, I ain't ugly, but you're too pretty.
I'm like, well, I mean, look, and I'm not, and look, I'm just saying, look, like I said, y'all can make of that information what you will, but I'm just saying, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be upset that she approached me. Now to take it a step further, I do want to touch on something just right here that Jessica Santana is talking about, because I think that's the problem. I think she nailed the problem. 100%. The entertainment business wants kids to think that the world is perfect and full of sugar plums and candy. They don't want them to know reality. And that kind of takes me back to the thing I was talking about earlier with when I was in school. We had a kid in my class named Marlon. We all knew he was gay. I'm not talking about like, oh, we were in high school together. No, I'm talking about we were in like late elementary school, like when I was in elementary school, 6th grade was still considered elementary, but like 6th grade, 7th, 8th, we all knew he was gay.
Oh, you had middle school. You didn't have junior high. You had middle school.
Yeah, we had middle. Like, yeah, it was
7th, 8th grade. Yeah.
So and it was funny to me because I remember even back then, like, and I'm not trying to stereotype, but like the way Marlon presented himself, he was always really well dressed. He kept himself like I'm talking
he was
about
like an effeminate type, right?
He was very like, he would always be like, oh, girl and sister child and the hand waves.
Oh, so he wasn't even hiding. He was like, look,
no,
I ain't gotta tell you, but I'm not gonna hide it either.
Right. It was like, but it was one of those things like if someone tried to tell me that, oh, kids don't know that they're gay until like they're grown, I was like, that dude was sweet as bear meat. I'm sorry.
Nobody. Here's the deal. Yeah. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. Nobody. Zero. I'm not even like, 1%, 2%. Nobody. Right. And even if they like, no, I really do believe that. No, I will let them know if they don't believe that, because I want them to imagine a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old little kid that is always wanting to play with the girls, always teasing girls, always staring at girls, and like then they're 8, 9 years old, staring at butts, looking at titties. How many people, little kids, do we know? And I'm just using little boys for in this example that we go, that dude's been a girl crazy since I can remember.
Oh yeah.
All the time. You know what I mean? But we go, my little guy, you know what I mean? It's not about fucking. It's not about fucking, your dick getting hard. This is what people like.
Well, I would even go as far as say, like, because just, to kind of buttress your point, like, I can't tell you how many times oh man, look, look at these two little heteros, these little heterosexual kids. Oh, is that your girlfriend? Is that your little boy? Like, hell, I remember when Cersei was little, like she's little now, but I mean, like when she was like a baby, probably no more than 2 or 3 years old. I remember she was a flower girl at one of my ex best friends' wedding, and his son, like, she was really sweet on him. Like, she always wanted to hang out with him. And they were dancing together. Like, oh, she has a boyfriend. I was like, I actually turned and looked at because in my entire life, I never thought much about those types of, statements. But it was at that moment when I had skin in the game on this, I turned and looked at her and was like,
isn't that weird?
I was like, and it was made even more weird by the fact that the son was closer to Cersei's age now. Like, I think, technically he's even older than her. He was even older than her then now. But the thing is, like,
she was like a little, and he was like 9 to 10 or whatever.
He was like 11 or 12. So then it just was even more weird to me, because I was like, okay,
no, that's weird. Yeah,
I was like, that's like super fucking weird. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, like, no one ever talks trash about heteronormative relationships in children. We've literally had countless Disney cartoons, TV shows, movies, where children, in a lot of cases, like, okay, I even use this as an example. Even though technically, if you go back and watch the movie Pocahontas, they aged up Pocahontas because the reality is that Pocahontas was not a grown
Joseph
woman.
Smith was a whole ass pedophile.
And yes, like, it's not even like he's allegedly, no.
Yeah.
Pedophile, full stop. Pedo, full stop. But the thing is, kids know. They know.
That's right.
When they are different. And you, as a child's parent, you No matter how much you may try to deny it, no matter how much you may think that, oh, maybe they'll grow out of it. No, you know what your child is. You know who your child is. I think, and I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of behind the scene shenanigans here.
John Smith, not Joseph Smith. Joseph Smith is
John Smith.
Mormon.
John Smith. Yeah. You know what? Either way.
By the way, Joseph Smith was also a pedophile. But
also, well, I was also going to say too. Regardless, these white men are dangerous. I'm just going to put that out there.
That's right.
Point is, I was having a conversation with Robo the other day. Just unrelated to a show. As we do. And I was talking about a conversation I had with my daughter. And I want y'all to understand something. My daughter's 9. And we don't really talk about things like, I mean, we never talk about these things in regards to her, but I mean, we don't hide from her the fact that gay people, lesbian people, trans people, whoever, whatever exist. She's keenly aware, she knows, and it would be actually, even if we did try to do that, it would be difficult because she has a trans brother. She has a lesbian aunt. She has other members of her family that are also varying degrees of LGBTQI+. So it would be, not only that, there's people on my side of the family, like, her favorite cousin, on my side of the family is trans. So it would be incredibly difficult to try and, let's shield her from that because that's so weird. No, it's not. It's normal, and she doesn't think anything of it. But the thing I thought was really awesome about her, just to, in terms of her level of maturity, was that one day, we were driving down the street and she saw someone wearing like an anime cosplay. And to give you an idea of when this took place, it was about roughly around the time of Halloween. So if you wonder why someone was walking around in a costume just out on the street. And she was looking out the window and she was like, oh, that's such a really cool, that's such a really cool cosplay. I love her cosplay. Well, and she caught herself and she said, actually, I don't know their gender, so I'm just going to say they.
That's cool.
And what I actually thought was really heartwarming was not even just that. It was her other follow-up to that. And I was like, that's a perfectly normal. I told her, I said, that's a perfectly normal thing to consider and feel. And she was like, sometimes I actually don't really care if people call me I don't care if people call me they. I know some people don't like it, but I don't care. She was like, as long as someone calls me she or they, she was like, I'm perfectly okay with that. And I looked at her and I was like, you know what? At that moment, I'm not saying that like, oh, suddenly she's non-binary now. But the thing is, if she ever came to me sometime later in life and said, Dad, I think I'm non-binary, I'm not gonna look at her. I'm not gonna. My response.
No, you're not. No, no daughter of mine.
Right. I'm not gonna be like. I'm gonna be like, okay, let's talk about it. I was like, let's talk about these things, and I want to help you. Like, I'm not gonna try and dissuade you.
Be supportive,
but I'm gonna be supportive and help you. You find your path, which is what a parent is supposed to do.
You know what they would say you're doing then when you do that?
Oh, I'm indoctrinating.
You're forcing it on them. Yeah, you're forcing it on them. I'm like, no,
stop.
They told me. Yeah, and you're supposed to beat the fuck out of them and tell them God hates them.
Right.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What kind of parent are you? Well, I want to touch on this too. Yeah, because Jessica says, kid, and I want to make sure I'm clear for everybody else. They're speaking sarcastically in case no one can figure it out. Yeah. We know, but I know there's some people who might get twisted. But the thing is, kids are not supposed to have feelings until they're 18, and that is the message I feel parents get wrong all the time, and not even just about LGBTQ, whatever. I feel like it's that way with everything. Like when anytime a child has to tell their parent something, I feel like these things happen. But yeah, the thing is, the moral of the story is you can't indoctrinate children with this type of stuff, because here's the thing. They're probably already thinking about it. They just don't know how to tell you. I would even like to go as far as to say one thing that I appreciated And this is, and I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this, because this is about a guy that I don't really even have a whole heap of I'm not gonna say I don't have love for, but just like not somebody I think about every day. When Marlon Wayans went on the Club Shay Shay show and talked about his trans child and how he initially responded to it, and I remember I had heard little bits and pieces about it, but then like just kind of seeing it there play out, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I thought he came to a very rational realization, even though it took him, by his own admission, it took him some time to get there. And the thing is, like, I always like it when I see people realize they've made a mistake and try to correct the mistake. He said himself, he actively was against it, that his child was trans. But then he took some time to sit and marinate on it and, have his own little personal, come to Jesus or whoever you believe in. And he corrected himself.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, your heart may not have been in the right place to start, but I'm glad that you got there.
That's right.
Like, because I would,
right.
While I do think, in a perfect world, all parents would be, accepting of their children, I would rather you be unaccepting at first and then come around to being accepting than never be accepting at all.
Yeah. And this is why I'm like super critical of like Abrahamic religions like Islam and Christianity, because really this is what spawns that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
When we look at like the polytheistic indigenous cultures of Africa and the Americas before Christianity, and there's been time and time again tons of evidence, tons of proof that the gender binary was not the norm everywhere. That is a Christian thing. That is a Abrahamic thing. And the idea that we are allowed to have coming of age stories with teenagers, you know what I mean?
Right.
Teenagers. Like I mentioned this a lot. Exactly. This right here.
Yeah.
My daughter's man. Let me tell you something. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I bring up my daughter every now and then. Look, I tell people I used to be conservative. I used to be a Jesus freak. I used to be that kind of parent. I was the kind of parent that they make laws regarding like Florida fucked it, but like Washington, 14-year-old can get an abortion without their, or a 14-year-old can get care without their parents' knowledge. And it's good. I was mad when I first heard of it, but it was for parents like the ones I used to be. My daughter knew about sex. My daughter, she knew about STDs. She knew about this, that, da. And I wasn't just God. I'm like, I'm going to do it smart. I'm not just going to say because God says so. Here's why God says so, right? Man, she was doing her thing as a teenager and made my ass a grandpa when she was 19. Look, she's gonna do what she needs to do. We tend to describe certain behavior to be straight and gay, masculine, feminine a lot, and really often people phrase that to mean good or bad, with mass being good and fem bad. That's it. That's right there. That's the centering heterosexuality, but that's also the machismo you see in Black and brown cultures, unfortunately, a lot, right? I'm glad you brought this up. I don't know why I was thinking this. It was while I was taking a piss. I'm taking a piss, and I bring you're muted, by the way.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. As you do.
No,
as
you're
you
good.
do.
And this is why my brain's weird. I don't know if it's ADHD or I'm just dumb, but I pick up the seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, why don't we sit more? I feel like it'd be easier to just sit and pee. And I'm like, and then you don't have to worry about splash or anything. You know what I mean? It's just like, and then I thought, I went down this rabbit hole. I'm like, you probably sit to pee. And it's like,
yeah.
Isn't that funny? It's literally releasing waste. There is nothing manly about every human being, every fucking mammal, most living creatures let water waste out of their bodies.
Yeah. We
have figured out a way to say that sitting to pee is something that is bad, that you should be made fun of. And it is literally the only reason is because that's how women pee.
Yeah.
Women bad, femininity bad. It's like if you are feminine, it's like
yeah. Well, it's like how we used to call people sissies. Oh, you're a sissy.
Mm,
Oh, what are you, a girl?
Right.
Or
like a girl or something.
You
Girl
fight
is an
like
insult.
a girl. Like
That's right.
everything was like a girl, which I'm glad that women kind of tried to take that back. I do also want to touch on a couple of things I saw come up here as well, because I saw, and we're going to hit some super chats here too. But it said, Wincrow says, as someone who's still figuring out his own sexuality, I think it's important to consider people do take time to figure this out as well. I think we should allow the same thing for trans people too. And no, I agree 100%. I think that.
But nobody's saying otherwise.
Yeah, no. I think that everybody should be free to find who they. Okay, so it's so funny you said this, because I was just thinking about it. Like as we've been talking, I've been thinking about this. What is one of the most common sitcom storylines that almost every sitcom has in common?
Yep, coming of age. The kid is gonna have sex. Maybe he does have sex, doesn't have sex.
But also, hey, one of my family members, possibly a parent who I haven't seen in a long time, shows up all of a sudden and they're no longer the same gender that they were before. Almost every sitcom has had an episode, like at least most popular sitcoms have had this come up at some point. I remember, I think Friends even did this shit. Or if they don't do if they don't do it as trans, we'll just say LGBTQIA plus in general, because there's also episodes across a lot of. Oh well, hey, remember that? Oh hey, guess what? My old high school buddy's coming to town. Yeah, dude. Man, back in the day. Oh man, dude, this guy this guy was laying some pipe, man.
Quagmire's dad, Chandler's parents. Yep, that's right. Yep.
It's like, oh man, he was a ladies' man, and then all of a sudden, they show up and it's like, I'm gay, and they're like, huh? But you were closing down all you were closing all these women. Well, yeah.
You were the high school quarterback, which by the way goes to another comment that I saw up higher where it was like not all homosexuality is femininity. He was just saying that in that example, his friend was. But you're right. There's dudes who just act exactly like me and Ernie. And like, I like video games and I like fucking working out. And I like fucking, da-da-da-da. And I also like dick,
Hey,
like you just don't always know, it's just,
I remember on Comic View, this will show how long ago this was, but I remember hearing this guy tell a joke and he was like, there's nothing wrong with being gay. He's like, if you really think about it, being gay is just no different than hanging out with your buddies. He was like, he said the only difference is like, oh, hey, man, what you doing, man? Yeah, man, just playing some Madden. Hey, man, pick up these sticks. Yeah, let's play some Madden. All right, man, you want to fuck? All right, cool, let's go. Like, that's the only thing that changes. But, and I know, like, I know it's funny because we have these tropes for different types of gay women, but we technically do for men as well. But I feel like the women, like the female part of it, always is the one that gets like bashed on. But like the thing people like, because they're like, oh, you're either a lipstick lesbian or you're like a butch, you're something like that, and it's like, well, there's different types of everything. Like there's like, you can't really put all these people into like some nice, neat little box to make yourself feel comfortable. Like there are people who are various different spectrums of different things within like a given, entity of something. But like, I also want to go back to something someone pointed out earlier too. And this was in regards, I can't find the comment, but it was in regards to something that happened on Family Matters.
I see you, Bone Factory.
People forget the whole Steve Urkel, Laura Winslow dynamic. They were kids. Steve Urkel was totally, matter of fact, I'm gonna make it real.
He wasn't taking no for an answer either.
No, I was gonna say Steve Urkel was a whole sex pest.
Yep.
He was a sex pest as a kid, but you never hear anyone say, oh, man, dude, why they gotta sexualize the kids? No, it was a joke. It was a running joke for so long. And it wasn't even just Steve Urkel. You could make the same case for shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Because Jazzy J.
Oh, Jazzy J. Yeah, with the sister. Yeah.
Because with Hillary, you could make this case for a lot of sitcoms over the years. This shit like this was done on Roseanne. Shit like people. They're always look. This is the thing, and I want to make sure.
That's what I mean when I say people are lying.
Yeah,
like no, you don't
100%.
think that it's like you don't think that kids shouldn't be talking about that until they're adults. You don't think that because you're okay with when it's about heterosexual shit. You're fine with it. You're okay with American Pie, which is about a teenagers fucking a pie. Teenagers fucking a pie. Like you're okay with where the whole premise with the whole premise like
Saved by the Bell.
Super bad. So Saved by the Bell, but when you get super bad, where the entire premise is high school kids trying to lose their virginity. I'm trying to bust a nut. And what are we talking about? Teenagers. Entire movies.
Somebody please think of the children.
You don't give a fuck about sexualizing kids. Right? You don't give a fuck about that. You just don't like it when it's not straight. And that's what I mean when we're talking about where's the source of that?
Where's it
what
come
is the
from?
only reason why Marlon Wayans would have a problem and would have anything? What's the only reason why I had to get over it? What is the only reason why we can't have coming of age stories for trans kids like we do for cis kids?
Right.
Religion. That's
100%.
it. Nothing else.
It's insane to me. It is absolutely positively insane to me. And I want to, like I said, I just the thing that I really want to send home, just as this last time, because I think this part's really important, and I think it needs to be said out loud. Because I never thought about it till I did think about it like when I would hum along the words to the song. But at the same time, having it in black and white really sends it home for me. Aggressively Relaxing says, even the people that pretend they don't understand sing along with Bob Seger. Most times you can't hear him talk, other times you can. All the same old cliches. Is that a woman or a man? People don't pay attention to like what's actually being talked about there. And I don't know. I feel like it's important. I think people need to pay more attention to the shit that's going on around them. And it kind of, I don't know.
Turn the page.
Yeah, turn the page.
I was looking confused. I'm like, I don't know what song that is. But,
yeah. Well, it's funny.
Okay. Yeah, the sax right at the beginning. I'm like, okay, I know the song.
Yeah. You like everybody has heard "Turn the Page" at some point, whether it's the Bob Seger version or I think Metallica did a remix of it, or like a cover of it at one point. Which, hey, do with that what you will. But to make it sound like people never talked about these sorts of things, never discussed these sorts of things. Is wild to me. Heck, I'll take you another step further. Who remembers the what's up?
Tully Television. Brooke Shields was in Playboy at 10.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Yes. Matter of fact, not only that, but
we need to go back to the days where we didn't sexualize children. That's what we need to get back to. I don't know. This is Satan's world right now, clearly.
Hey, is anybody checking Hugh Hefner? Is anybody checking out Hugh Hefner's legacy? No. Just like they won't look into Jeffrey Epstein. But here's the thing. And I want to take this moment because we have a lot of super chats and I want to make sure we get through all of them. I don't want to leave any stone unturned. We're not going to leave any stone unturned here. First and foremost, let's go all the way back. We're going to go all the way back to Stomp 10. Says, would you all think if it would be cool if Sam Wilson got the heart-shaped herb instead of the serum? Talking about the Sam Wilson, Captain America of the MCU. Honestly, I like the fact that he's regular. Because I feel like if he succeeds, that just proves that he's more than the Shield. He's more than Captain America's legacy. Like, honestly, I think that's actually what makes him stick out to me, is that he's a normal dude.
For me personally, I like powers, and I would want him, because you know how we talk about, right? Well, black and brown people, we always got to do like extra. You know what I mean? We always like me and Cypher talk about, like, when we were in the Air Force. It's like especially like in the career fields that we were in, it's like I didn't always have a great time with my leadership, but it was funny looking back. Like, if you're mediocre and brown, then you're a dirtbag. If you're mediocre and white, then you're just mediocre. You're regular.
Yeah, you're regular.
So you got to be extra just to be mediocre, right? And so when I think about Sam, I'm like, why? Why should he have to do all the same shit with no powers? Give that motherfucker a serum too. Give him extra serum.
Well, I mean, I do agree with Triple Dust here. This is like giving Hawkeye powers. Can't the man just be real nice with his? That's the thing. That's kind of what I like. And I will say, someone else kind of point out that it would actually kind of negate some of the stuff that was done in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I do agree with that.
No, but like later, I don't want this origin changed.
Yeah,
but let him have he went through all this, right? And now he gets some powers. Like, give the man some fun. Here's the deal too.
Yeah.
Not even going deep with it. I personally am not a fan of non-powered people being able to play in a world with people with superpowers. Like, Batman should have been dead a long time ago. A long fucking time ago, you know?
Well, yeah, it's just that Superman's real nice. He's real nice.
Exactly. Yeah. But how many other like evil Supermans are there? Not evil Superman, but like powerful people that could fucking slap the shit out of you and your head's removed from your sore shoulders. You know, I don't know, like Hawkeye. Come on. Like, how are you still alive, homie? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
they have regular
giant aliens
too.
poured out. Huh?
They have regular enemies too. The Avengers.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the span of all the Avengers, like, we've watched giant aliens fall out of the sky, and he's like, get out.
Robots
of here.
too. We had robots too.
You didn't sprain an ankle. You didn't stub your toe once.
Well, I think that when it comes down to it, I mean, yeah, sure, you could do that. It just, for me, I'm okay with there being regular men amongst the, because when you know what I feel like, it's kind of like Syndrome. When everyone's super, nobody is. Yeah, nobody is.
I feel you.
So like sometimes you gotta have that guy that keeps the rest of the team grounded, because they're doing everything the other people are doing, but they're doing it their way. It's why I'm okay with guys like Green Arrow, Hawkeye, your Batman, your heck, even characters like Mr. Terrific who don't have superpower. Like, I guess you could make an argument that his power is that he has a natural aptitude for having natural aptitudes. Like, he's naturally gifted at being good at everything he tries to do. But
Mr.
I was like,
Terrific?
Yep, Mr. Terrific. That is here. I'm gonna put you on game, sir. I'm gonna put you on game. Mr. Terrific is the character that most people probably see, but don't realize it's him. He is he's one of the probably more prominent black superheroes in DC, but he doesn't have any superpowers. He just has tech. Like, he has tech and intelligence.
So he's like a Batman.
Basically, yeah. He actually, as a matter of fact, Batman tends to consult with him a lot of the time on a lot of shit.
A natural aptitude for having natural aptitudes.
Yeah, that's his thing. That's his thing. He's just real nice. He's just nice like that.
I mean, I do like that. I do think that counts, though.
No,
tech counts.
It does.
Batman's tech counts, and Iron Man tech counts, and so does Sam's.
Yeah, and we got to remember that suit's vibranium.
Yeah.
In the MCU, those wings are mechanical. It's that. The funny thing about Falcon in the MCU is the fact that he actually does have superpowers in the comics. He doesn't have them in the MCU. He has avian telepathy in the comics. Just nobody.
He's always had that. Oh wow.
He can communicate telepathically with birds.
So he's like a flying Aquaman. He's like the Aquaman of birds.
Yeah. Actually, that is a more accurate statement than you probably realize. But no, he is to my understanding. You look at this guy and you will see someone who is, for my money, incredibly slept on. That said, I would, if I had my druthers in the matter, I actually wouldn't mind if they at the very least gave him that. Like, I mean, if they gave him that, it would make a lot more sense. The shit that he's able to do. Like, I get that they didn't want to have a CG bird. They didn't want to have like a CG bird hanging around when they were doing his whole, oh God, what was it? Oh my God, it was a Red Wing. When they were doing the whole Red Wing thing, they made it like a drone as opposed to an actual bird, like it is in the comics. And they're like, "Oh, we don't want to have to explain." It's like, man, just go ahead and let the motherfucker have something. Man, can he at least have the bird? Let the man have his bird.
I mean, we have the Incredible Hulk walking around. You can have a bird.
Yeah, they look because I mean, here's the thing. That's the thing a lot of people forget. Like, you go back, like you look at when he's in the Falcon fit. That bird has a name. He's talking to the bird. He's talking to that bird. That bird is his bird. That's been his bird for a long time.
Don't make me a writer because I will ruin that shit. I will ruin that shit. If you could talk to birds and fish and shit, it would be like the dumbest power. Because it would be like, oh, you could talk to birds? And it'd be like, yeah, but I gotta be honest, all they think about is eating, shitting, and feeding and fucking, and when do they gotta go south and north?
So it's funny you said that's actually like the one thing I liked about
Aquaman.
Well, okay, so when Jeff Johns was writing Aquaman, I actually like his Aquaman run, but there was a thing he did early on in it where someone asked him if he spoke to fish, and he says no. He's like, I don't talk to fish. They don't have very much to say.
That's right.
Like,
I remember that.
He was like, fish don't talk about shit. He was like, he's like, I compel them to do the things that I want them to do. Like, that's, and I think that's
it's more like mind control, not talking to them. Yeah.
Right. It's like you're just kind of pushing them, give them a little nudge. We got another one here. We got Don Thessian-Heim out here with the $5. Says, Nerds of Culture is a gift, whether it's YouTube threads or wherever you are doing real work. Blessings of Thessian upon you. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
We appreciate
By the way, real quick, threads, I did it on purpose.
What happened?
There's no evidence of black Vikings. There are different like melanated ones, right?
Yes.
But I doubled down anyway just to make them mad. And then I locked the thread down. So just in case anybody out there is like, does this guy really think they were black? Like, I did look it up. There's no hard evidence for sub-Saharan black Vikings.
Well, no, but I mean, there's no evidence to the contrary, and Vikings were everywhere. They weren't. I do remember reading something somewhere about Viking culture that like
there. Yeah, so I remember that too. I did go look it up. There are some. There definitely were like interactions with other people. Right. And maybe even some, that like join their culture, but they would have been like the Yasukes of Vikings. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
By and large, 99.9999% of them were going to be Scandinavian white people.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to piss off racists, and then I shut down the comments.
And I mean, technically, we kind of had our own version of that anyway. I mean, they weren't called Vikings; they were called Moors.
Oh, right. So,
yeah. If you would just really want to be out there, I mean, you would just go.
Yeah, he said we was Vikings.
We was.
Look, that's the type of shit that the line I don't ever want to go down. You know what I mean?
Because we was kings.
there is a on one spectrum where it's European, central everything. Nobody outside of Europe did shit. But then there's the other spectrum that I'm like, hey, I'm just going to walk away.
Calm down.
Where every Native American was actually black, and And if you think they weren't black, it's because you bought the lie from Europeans, and that's why you think they're just brown. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
No, you're just racist. That's all it is. You're just racist people.
Hebrews too, by the way.
Well, I mean, I just think it's funny. I personally think it's funny because like
the Moop's nice, Seattle. Very, very good reference.
I like it.
Seinfeld.
I just always have to laugh about it because like I'm always like, man, when people say we was Kangs, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm always thinking about this. Like, yeah, man, we was Kangs.
Yeah, we were. We were.
We sure
Damn.
was. We sure was.
Then we have to go for a little jog.
Dude, you want to hear some wild shit? So like, it was funny because somehow we were watching the Barbie movie the other day with because Cersei wanted to watch it again, and at some point the topic came because we're like, oh shit, Jonathan Majors is engaged to Megan Good now. That's wild. And no sooner than we said that, because we were watching the credits, like the end credits of Barbie, because that song is a bop. But there's a part where I actually saw Grace Jabari's name in the credits, and I started giggling because I forgot, like, she's a Hollywood dancer, so like she's a performer.
That's right.
She was in that
Grace
movie
Jabari
as a dancer.
of the Jabari tribe. That's wild.
Grace Jabari of the Jabari tribe. It's challenge day. It's challenge day.
Lisa, I would pay for Robo to debate with studios. I said, you can't debate with people like that. All they would do is like one dude would be holding a Bible, and then he would scream something at me, and then like the 10 dudes in the back would repeat what he just screamed, and but all of them at the same time. And I'm like, yeah, but, and then he would just read another verse, and another. I'm like, all right, I guess you win. See, we got him.
Got him.
He knows now.
Got him, y'all. We got him. We also got two here from Kwame Taylor. One with the 499 says, this is Trump's America. It's in the slogan. They want to put minorities back in their place no matter what reason they use to justify. And here's the thing. I would actually take you a step further than that. Because that was actually a part of the story we didn't talk about. One of the initial claims about the whole Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur thing, the reason why it was canceled, it was technically refuted by Disney. Because the whole idea was people were saying that
right.
Yeah, they were saying, it got the show got taken down because Trump won the election, and they were just trying to do damage control before, because basically the episode would probably come out about roughly around the time that he was in office, and they probably get some kind of legal action and some bullshit like that or whatever. Which, I mean, to be fair, no one's gonna fucking remember the story by the time he's inaugurated. But that is all just in the aid of saying that eventually someone from Disney,
storyboard artist.
Yeah, it was a storyboard artist.
Dropped it. It's deleted now, but he's like, nah, the internet is for people don't forget.
Yeah. Yeah, it says here, and actually I'm gonna pull this up because I want y'all to be able to see this shit. Here, let me pull this up. Bam, here we go. Right here. I'm gonna move this just for a moment just so y'all can kind of get the full shebang. Here we go. So it says right here, this is storyboard, team's storyboard revisionist Derek Malik Johnson shared a now deleted Blue Sky post that read, so guess I finally got hit with one of the projects episode I worked on is getting shelved because of which party that won the recent election. It breaks my heart knowing this impactful and amazing show is now about to be considered a lost media episode. So, going a little further into that, it was in fact revealed that someone from Disney, I don't know who it possibly could have been, but basically they came out and said that it actually had nothing to do with that. As a matter of fact, here's the rest of it. It says, a Disney source clarified that the decision to hold this episode was made over a year ago and that it had nothing to do with the current political climate or the incoming administration. But
I call bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit as well. But they said, based on what the source shared, it seems like the episode is on hold rather than officially banned, though it is currently unclear if the episode will ever be officially released. The source also noted that Disney has a level of care that they take very seriously and are respectful of the role parents play in making choices for their children and having discussions on their own timeline. So there you go. You got your answer. This was a classic case. This is a classic case of.
Oh, won't somebody please think of
look,
the children?
I'm gonna say something. And look, don't get mad at me. It's just the reality.
It's the reality, bro.
Ron DeSantis won.
Yes. He
won.
Yeah, 100%. 110 fucking percent. You are correct.
I mean, I'm not happy about it.
It is what it is.
I liked that Disney was like, that whole shit that was going back and forth. Well, you're gonna have to fucking kick us out then. What are you gonna do? That means you're gonna we're gonna make this movie still, yada yada yada. Trump wins, and it's like, well, see, no, it's the parents who should, and we felt like we overstepped, and that's okay. Sounds like you've been listening to Ron DeSantis. It sounds like you won.
No, it's wild to me too, because once again, they usually put disclaimers on a lot of shows on Disney Plus. Like if there's some stuff in there that maybe a parent might want to talk to their child about. Like I remember when Cersei was deep off into the Lion Guard. There's an episode. Oddly enough, all roads lead back to Shorey Agdashlu. But she played one of the matriarchal lions from another tribe, or I say tribe, another pride. On the show. And there was an episode where that character dies of old age. And they literally at the beginning of the episode put a disclaimer that basically says, it's basically to the tune of, this episode deals with grief and loss and the death of a loved one, specifically like a close family member. And that, while these themes might be considered harsh for a child to absorb, that they recommend that that this episode is largely about the circle of life and how and the cycle of life and death, and that parents might want to speak with their children about it, yada yada. So honestly, just do the same thing. Just say, hey, this episode deals with a trans child, someone who is trying to find acceptance in a world that either fears or understand or doesn't understand them.
That is hostile to them.
And trying to find acceptance, but also at the same time being forced to jump through the hoops of what people define as normal. And you might want to have a conversation with your child about what all this means and just go from there. But the thing is, it's funny to me how people are always saying, stop trying to indoctrinate my kids. Stop trying to do this. Stop trying to do that. And yet they put their children in front of a fucking TV and expect the TV to do the raising for them instead, so that they don't have to answer any. And that's really what it comes down to. It's parents not wanting to have to answer questions that they don't feel comfortable answering. Not because they think that the child is too young, but because they don't want to fucking talk about it. And even if they did, they don't know how to. Yeah. So I think, and honestly,
they said don't indoctrinate your kids and then take them to Sunday school. All right.
Okay, yeah, I guess. Say what you will, but I mean, I think that if that is your perspective, that you don't want your children to be indoctrinated, but you quite literally force them to go to church.
Yep.
Okay.
Force. That's the key word right there.
Indoctrination is indoctrination.
That's right. I would have.
It doesn't matter if it's your favorite kind or not.
There's a difference between, look, we're Christian. I would like you to come, and now you're getting old enough and you don't want to. Okay, I think you should. Okay, but no, I would have got my ass whooped if I said I didn't want to go to church. She would have beat Christianity into me.
Dude, we didn't even for Cersei, we don't make her go to church. Like she goes to church, but not like regularly. Or technically she goes to like a Unitarian church with my wife, but like she actually wants to go. But it's mostly because she wants to hang out with the other kids. Yeah, she wants to hang out with the other kids. And like, when she was
that's how they get you.
That's how they get. Well, I mean, it's also pretty chill because it's basically Unitarianism. It's like that. It's like hey, this is
Everybody's
a catch-all
right
thing.
type shit.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. It doesn't matter what God you worship, as long as you believe in something. But like, it's kind of funny because like she grew up going to Catholic church with my mother. Not like, oh, you have to go every single. But it's like my mom's pretty active in her church, and if she was watching Cersei, so sometimes Cersei would have to go with her, and she used to enjoy it. But eventually, she got to a point where she was like, I don't like the whole God thing. Like, she actually will say, she'll tell you, she's like, I don't believe in God. And she even got into a fight, well, not a fight, but like a verbal sparring match with a kid at school because of it. Because like some kid said, I'm going to pray for you because you're going to go to hell because you don't believe in Jesus. And she was like, she said, how can I go there if it's not real? And that was her response. But that's this kind of thing. We don't enforce that upon her. We don't try and force her to go like do anything. And I don't think any parent should. Because religion is to enforce upon a child that there is some magical dude in the sky who is going to send you to hell because you didn't say or do the right things. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I think that's weird. I think it's weird.
My favorite line is when people ask you what would it take for you to believe in God, and I go, I don't know. He does though. If he's real, then he would know.
He'd come down and tell me.
He's not doing that thing. Whatever the thing is, he's not doing because he knows everything, right?
Yeah.
He's not doing it on purpose. He knows exactly what it would take to convince me, and he's not doing it. So he's either not real or he's the dick.
I want to say too, I want to point this out too, because I love this message, right? Because basically it's like this article I read on Threads last night about how religious missionary movements are a form of a tool of colonization.
100%.
And this is also the reason why I don't subscribe to organized religion anymore. I started looking into the history of like of how religion was spread across the world, and I actually read this book. It's not like based on it's not like a nonfiction book. It's like it's a fiction story, but it's based on reality. But it was talking about how Christians, like how they worked their way into like Japan and Africa and all these other countries and nations, basically trying to spread this doctrine, but also how here in the States, and this is very real, you can look this shit up, indigenous people were forced into what were effectively, I mean, some people might say that I'm being hyperbolic when I say religious concentration camps, but that's the only thing I can really think of it as.
It's not hyperbolic. Yeah, the re-education camps, literally that.
Right. It was they were
and they stole their kids to make sure that they would be raised by Christians
and force them to learn English, force them to learn learn what was at the time considered supposed to be the norm. Don't believe in these stupid sky gods and these ground gods and these elemental. No. There's only one God who's the big God. That type of shit. That type of shit. But re-education camps, things of that nature. Yeah, that's
it wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't about those camps. It wouldn't have been because I mean religion spread. Yeah. I'm an atheist and I have my opinion, but it's not like I think all religion is equally harmful. Like if you believe in indigenous spirits or whatever, like I think that's okay, whatever. But but I don't care. Like it's not like I think you're a bad person for it or an idiot. But when we talk about Christianity, we're talking about a religion that literally destroyed cultures, like the hula.
Yes.
With the hula, you would get put to death for doing the hula. Hawaiians were not allowed to do the hula because,
which is wild to me.
It was sexual. They were doing it for thousands of years, but now it's sexual. It's like those. It's like mofos beating kids for riding with the left hand, forcing the right. Yeah. It reminds me of that thing. It's like when they talk about how many gay kids there are these days and how many trans kids there are these days, yada yada yada. I was like, what's weird? Did you know what happened when we stopped beating kids for being left-handed, like they did? All of a sudden, there was suddenly a spike in left-handed kids. Isn't that weird?
Right?
Like, isn't that so weird crazy how that works?
That is insane to me. That's insane to me. interesting. It's crazy how that plays out, right?
Yep.
Also, I will say real quick too, because we got another one here. We got one from, actually got a couple here from Tubes. One says, with the $5 examples of shows that build off those older shows. Craig of the Creek, which, okay, first off, I just want to put this out here. The fact that this show got canceled, criminal. Everybody needs to go to jail. The show got canceled. Everybody who was responsible, everyone who was involved in the cancellation of Craig of the Creek needs to go to jail. I'm sorry. There's no straight to jail. Straight to jail. That show is amazing. It is great. It is fantastic. That show is everything to me. And they took it. They took it. They took it.
YouTube noob, let me tell you something. Out of everything, out of the entire Christianity, the Christian world.
Oh,
the
this
thing
right
that
here
blows my mind the most is everyone knows the history, and yet the Black Southern Baptist Church remains a pillar
of the community
in Black communities. Catholicism in Latin America remains a pillar of the communities.
Sure fuck does.
And it's not because they're lied to. That's the mind-blowing part. Like, you understand how your ancestors got this religion, right? But you guys are going to stay here. Okay, I just want to drink.
And I also just want to point out, too, and the reason why another reason I don't subscribe to it is because that was done on purpose.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to teach you, we're going to teach you about this almighty sky god who believes in forgiveness, no matter how horrible people treat you. Oh, and now you guys are free? Hey, remember, you got to forgive us. No matter what we do to you, you got to forgive us. Even though we beat your ass for not picking cotton and shuffaro fast enough, even though we steal your children from you, that we sexually assault you on the regular to force you to have babies so that we can have more slaves. But you got to forgive us.
Yeah, not only that, not only the forgiveness part. You know what else? Hey, this isn't the end. As long as you stay faithful to God and you obey your masters, like the Bible says, all this suffering you do, you're going to get rewarded for it. If you stay a good Christian, just so you know that.
Yeah, you can't backslide. If you backslide, you're going to go you're going to go to hell.
Then not only have you lived your life as a slave, but you're also going to go to hell. You don't want that. You don't want that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And then we got another one here. Oh, wait. Here it is. Says, with the $5, says, the only people trying to indoctrinate kids are the ones constantly spreading hate and pointing at minorities to justify why. Miss me with that BS. No, that's what I'm saying. I find it refreshing that when you watch that episode, no one cares. No one fucking cares that Brooklyn is, as a matter of fact, I brought this up earlier, but Queen Karen herself, Coach Greer, is the only one who gives a shit. She's the only one. Like look at this right here. Look how twisted her face gets. Just at the very idea. The fact that no one cares, and then she goes into full-on Karen mode. But at the end of the day, even her fucking daughter does not care. Matter of fact, when the dust is settled, all the smoke is cleared,
and play.
She's like, hey, let's play. She's like, let's play the game we came here to play. She was like, she doesn't care who or what Brooklyn is. The other girls on the team don't give a shit. And matter of fact, I also want to give some props to the coach, because the coach, when it is initially brought up, and you know what, actually we'll take a chance on this. We actually will play this clip. We'll actually play a little piece of this. I actually do have another clip that I do want to share. I actually made this to post on Blue Sky, but apparently
this is Moon Girl.
Yes,
they're large.
Yes, talking about Moon Girl. Yeah, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. But here, I just want to, just real quick, I just want to share this with you guys because I, like I said, I thought this was so fucking amazing because I felt like, yes, he is sweat. Well, actually, I think he's crying. He's crying because he's scared of the coach. He's scared of the coach. But there's a moment where he actually stands up to her that I thought was really fucking cool. There's a moment where he stands up to her and completely shuts her down, and it's actually what ultimately leads to the shenanigans of the episode. But here, we're gonna play this just real quick. It's a short one. We'll be here to kind of talk over it. So, don't flag us, Disney. Yeah, you probably will anyway. Here we go.
Orange slices bring me back to my soccer days.
Yeah, we've come a long way since 5th grade.
They were the only light in the darkness of me having to play on the boys' team.
Trigger.
Boys team?
Boys' team. Boys' team. Boys' team.
She said it.
Coach Rebecca, a word, please. Okay, I'm going to tell
Dude,
you something.
so Karen,
and it might
so Karen.
shock you. Your team captain
Brace yourself.
used to play on a boys' team. Boys' team.
He's like,
Hey,
and?
Coach, is something wrong with your eyes?
No, I'm just trying to communicate that what you're saying isn't news and also that I don't care.
That I don't give a fuck.
Fair? This is a girls' volleyball league. Only girls can play.
Brooklyn is a girl, and she's gonna
See?
play.
You don't want to break the rules around me, Herbeck.
The rules say she can play. Go Squirrels!
That's the shit I'm talking about. Like that's the thing. There was literally, like, I'm sorry. That was, to me, that whole shot right there, it made the whole thing. It made the whole thing for me. Like, yeah, all the other stuff too, yeah, but just in the very early goings of it, I was like, okay, it's going to be this kind of episode. I was like, let's go. Let's go. Because my initial concern was like, oh, well, maybe the reason why they had it shut down was because it was showing hatred and bigotry on too big a level. But no, that's not what it is.
It was too extreme,
yeah, like maybe it was too extreme. I was like, yeah, I want to give Disney a little bit of credit. Let's see what they do with this. No, it's because this shit was normalized. It was normalized. The coach doesn't care. He sees, and as he should, he sees Brooklyn as a girl.
I'm gonna need y'all to calm down on the Karen, okay? Because the whole time her face was twisted. Like, you can't get that blinded by the ass.
He's like, well, no, wait. It's like, no, see, I ain't looking at that. So you just turn her around and it's like, oh, okay, there you go. You ain't got to look at all that. You ain't got to look at all that. You just you get her out of here. This is the thing. But no, we also got us another one here. We got us another one here from
Susan, built like the mom from Incredibles.
Yeah, God damn it, these Susan Turpin. Stop it. But no, Sprite Lee with the 10 says, what's up with it, fellas? I love the show. It's a little urban, a little retro, and all that jazz. I want to give a mega shout out to my wife, Suzumi. Happy anniversary. You know, it's funny you say that. It's a little, yeah, it's a little urban. It's a little urban, a little political. A little political in my eyes. You know, just a little black power. It's a little black power. As a matter of fact, you know what? I actually got this just for y'all. See,
it's a little political in my opinion.
Yeah, I made that just for y'all. Yeah.
A little 70s, a little 60s. It's a little black power.
A little black power. I did that just
happy
for y'all.
birthday, Suzumi. Happy birthday. No. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to
you and Suzumi. Shout out to Suzumi.
Yes, happy anniversary. And you know, we're gonna hit the bomb for that. There you go. You get the bomb for that. That's how we do this for special occasions.
No Limit Soldier. I want to know the story. I want to know the backstory.
What's that?
And why she's? Well, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't want to know.
Oh,
why is she the No Limit Soldier?
I thought I told you. Dude, I love. Oh my god. Anyway, thank you, Sprite Lee, for that. Hey, yeah, we're gonna need a little background on that. Okay, just saying. We also got Sin out here. Which I gotta look this up. Is this
South African? I already looked it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, I love to see it. I love to see it.
I was like, Czar, what the hell is that?
Well, I thought that at first, but I was like, I don't want to draw assumptions. But yeah, hey, it's shout out to me. Shout out to me for knowing things.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it might have been Zimbabwe or some shit. I was like, what's Z?
So what's that? This is, I don't know what that is. But no, some folks, it's been a while. Hope you're good today. Hey, we hope you're good today. That's what we hope. That's what we hope.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the 14 czars.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. We also got.
I need to know what it's called.
We got the head ninja out here as well, man. Hitting us with our man. This is actually, I think, the first of the stream. The 1999 super chat says, with the political climate change and DeMaio's firing, do you think they'll undo Morph's non-binary? Okay, I think it got hoed by.
We'll see how
by autocorrect. But yeah, non-binary status for X-97.
I think we'll see. I don't. You know what? It's gonna depend on how hard they go with this Project 2025 shit. Yeah. It really is. The FCC is gonna get affected. If they go hard, then you're gonna see all of this shit change.
Oh yes, 100%.
If they get their way, So it's called the South African Rand, by the way. Like the dollar. It's called the Rand. South African Rand. I don't know where the Z comes in, but it is called the South African Rand.
Are they using Z in place of an S? Like, what's going on here?
I guess ZA South African.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm spitballing here. 100%. But no, we've also got here. I'm going back there just to make sure we don't miss anybody. No one gets left behind. We have also got
Ellie,
of course. Shit. This motherfucker right here. Right here.
Where's the timeout? Someone time this motherfucker out.
Well, no, he's not wrong. It is true.
Oh, is it? I thought he was being funny.
No, it's true. It's because the South. It's okay. So this is things kind of because for those who don't know, Marewa Ayadeli.
Oh, he deleted.
The current writer. The current writer for the Storm series, that's actually how I knew what it was, but I wasn't 100% sure because he's given super chats to the live streams in the past, and I remember he told me like, yeah, the conversion rate between like US dollar and the South African Rand is like crazy. But I mean, for me personally, the fact that
those white people running that country, huh? I thought. Wait a minute. I thought when white people run it, it's always great.
Nah, man, it was terrible.
Yeah,
no, that's terrible. That's fucking terrible. They need to. It's nothing but bad. It's nothing but bad.
Interesting.
But I think right there, I think just right there in and of itself, we just made a very strong case for why white people should just give it back. Just give it back.
For real.
Give it back. We could do bad all by ourselves.
Not just ending apartheid. Not you gotta go more.
Yeah, you gotta go all the way.
Get the whole thing back.
Yeah, you gotta go all the way in. You gotta go all the way in. Also, man, shout out to Paris, you're just out here. Oh my god, dude. Just out here, man. Out here. What is going on, my guy? What are you doing? Paris is out here just being a trooper out here, and he's retired. He's still out here holding it down for us. And we have also I can't look away from this. We also got our boy. Let's I'm actually have to go in and like fix that because it's doing the whole like, hey, I guess I never noticed like how much actually, oh yeah, I can just do it right here. I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius. Why don't I just do it like this? Booyah. You know what? We'll do it like that. There we go. Where does it cut off? Like, yeah, right there. Right there. There you go. There we go. I fixed it. I know how things work. We got Gearless Mo out here with the hundo. says he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
And Bad with Money.
And Bad with Money. George Carlin. I love it.
And by the way, I'm sorry. This is my other passion. Okay, if I didn't start a political channel, it would have been an atheist channel.
I believe
he knew your name before you were born.
Yes.
So, if you go to hell, he knew he was going to create you and send you to hell
long before,
way before you even existed. Just want to throw that out.
And that's just I'm sorry, that is just wild to me. That is wild to me. Like, it's like, bruh, like, really, like, seriously, like, how can you do, like, I'm sorry, but I am of the belief that if your creator would knowingly send you to hell, I'm sorry, I can't fuck with that. I can't get jiggy with this shit. Can't get jiggy with it. Also, shout out to Drop Combo out here with the $4.99. Says, sup, fellas? What's the TLDR for the topic just joined? I heard the Moon Girl was high key fire, so this news sounds crazy. So yeah, okay. So just to kind of give you just the quickest of recaps. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, which I've actually come to find out, apparently it is not actually canceled. They just haven't renewed it yet, but all roads point to it being canceled. But there is an episode that involves a trans character, and the episode, and as we've just recently learned, apparently was not banned, but it is on hold until they decide what they want to do with it. But
my money is on hold for, I don't know, around November 2028. Around there sometime. Yeah.
Hey, this one time only special. Dude, did y'all know we had this?
We planned on bringing this back like a year ago. It has nothing to do with the fact that we're canceling it on one election and bringing it back on the next. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a coincidence, people.
No, don't. Yeah, no. We're gonna release it on Pride Month. We'll release it Pride Month.
Yes,
year after like after the 2028 election is.
And you know how you know they're serious? The Disney symbol is gonna be rainbow colored.
Yeah,
no.
That's how.
Trans colored. It's gonna be colored like the trans flag to let you know they care.
They care. No, they 100% care. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, if you want to blame anybody, like I'm telling you right now, Disney is not as woke. Like I just, all of this was just an name saying Disney's not as woke as you think it is. Disney has never been like, every time you see people
tried to tell y'all,
like if they say you see these chuds, they're saying, man, woke Disney and their damn agenda, they're just putting LGBTQ. No, not everywhere. Goddamn it! Don't let them lie to y'all. Do not let them lie to y'all. I don't care how many times Tyrone Magnus says
it's woke.
No, he's lying to you. He is lying to you. All like Nerdrotic, heel versus babyface, geeks and gamers, Melody Mac, all of them, they lying. They lying to you. They are gaming you. They have gamed the fuck out of you to the point that you like you are the frog in the water. You've been boiled. You're cooked. You don't even know it yet. You don't even fucking know it yet. That is what's happening here. That is precisely what is happening here. But no, don't let them lie to you on that level. Because I'm sorry, none of it is true. It is objectively untrue.
Oh, these people. Yeah, it sucks. But you know what? I mean, we joke and we're like, there's gonna be a lot of hurting people in these next 4 years.
Oh,
a lot of hurting people. And we get to, it wasn't a serious argument. It was more of like it was just an exchange. We'll call it an exchange. On Threads, somebody was saying, it was about the How to Train a Dragon casting. Like, are we really caring about this? There's a genocide going on, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, listen, let me tell you. The world is on fire.
Yes.
We've elected a fascist, and there's a genocide going on, and we are funding it.
Yes.
can we just take once a week to be mad at people mad at cartoons? Like, I just want to be mad. I want to like think that the worst thing happening right now is that somebody is saying that she's not white enough to play a dragon trainer.
Right. It's funny too, because this picture that they actually have up here is, I feel like they color corrected it, because under normal circumstances, this girl's light, bright, and 2 shades from white.
Yeah, she's pretty white, but she's
biracial.
A quarter black,
right? Because she's, for those who don't know, she is the daughter of Thandiwe Newton, who was
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, and I want to make some clarification here too, because there might be some people like, wait, Thandiwe Newton? Who the fuck is Thandiwe Newton? So some of you may remember.
You just don't know her name.
Yeah, well, it's because for the longest time her name was Thandie Newton. She had changed her name because, and I think she actually told a story about this. She said that her agents, I think actually, or maybe she decided or something. I don't remember exactly how it came down, but basically it was to the tune of that your name sounds too African. So she changed, her name was changed to Thandie Newton, and she only recently in the last few years changed it back to going by her birth name, Thandiwe. Dang, God, you busting out the heating pad on me. God
man,
damn.
My back is killing me, man.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, man. I ain't mad. Look, I respect it. I respect the game. But yeah, some of y'all might, actually, I think there's probably quite a few of you who know precisely who I'm talking about. But yes, for those that do not know,
her in Westworld.
Yeah, she was. And I remember the first time I had ever encountered her in anything was, I believe, it was an Interview with a Vampire, because she played the.
Oh shit! Yeah,
she played the slave girl that Louis ended up biting.
Isn't that some shit though? Isn't that some shit? Hold on, look, she's a black woman. I'm not taking nothing away from her.
Yep.
But we were so racist with our casting back then.
Yeah.
That she played a 17th century slave.
Well, to be fair, she was a house Negro, so it was
she was probably the product of rape anyway.
Yeah,
okay,
she was probably. I was about to say that's probably why.
I feel you.
Because all the Negroes that were outside were dark.
Okay, all right, fair.
So I'm gonna let that one. Now she was out there,
but he was still though. They chose to make it that. You know what I mean? Like,
look. If she was outside picking Shuffaro, I'd had questions. I'd had some questions.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck Shuffaro is, but I'm just saying she was out there picking.
I don't know. It sounds like it sucks to pick though.
Yeah, look, it sounds like some bullshit, is what it is. But no. She. So the young lady in question who's going to be playing Astrid in the live action How to Train Your Dragon movie, she is the daughter of Thandiwe Newton, Nico Parker. Some of you might even remember her from the Last of Us TV show. She played Joel's daughter in the first episode of the live action The Last of Us.
Yes.
But like so many dude, right? But the thing is, you look at this young lady, and I'm sorry, but I don't think there's any reason for anyone to be getting angry. I don't care how racist you are. Point of the matter is, and I saw a lot of other people making this argument as well, if this motherfucker stayed in the house for about 2 to 3 months, no son whatsoever, I guarantee you nobody would have fucking noticed. Nobody would have fucking noticed. And I think it's even more telling that, because I think we actually got it's a little grainy, but we got an image of her in the show, in the movie. And to look at her here, honestly, the only thing that makes her look like, I guess, not entirely white is that her hair is a bit more,
curly.
Like it's a little bit more curly, a little bit more kinky. And you can tell her nose is a little bit more of an African variety, just barely.
He'd be one of those girls where you're like, you're something. That's what race she is.
She is ethnically.
She's something.
Yeah, she's like Vin Diesel. She's ethnically ambiguous. Like
Right.
you're ethnically ambiguous enough that white people can identify with you as a character in those Fast and Furious movies, but they don't have to think too hard about it. They don't have to think too hard about it. Like he's white-ish. He's white-ish, right? But the thing is,
he's white, right?
Right, and I think it's so silly that people got upset about her specifically because. Here's the thing. I want to point out. Here's the thing I think a lot of people might want to consider when they get angry. Like, oh man, how hard could it have been to get an actual Nordic white woman to play this character? This is like, why couldn't they just get the actress to play her that played her in the animated movie? Like, why could they have done that? Well, you know what? It's funny you say that because, interesting. Whole Latino woman, America Ferrera, out here was her voice actor originally. So I guess, yeah, maybe, you know what?
Maybe shut the fuck up.
I think, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was white and saw this, I'd shut the fuck up. That's what I'd do. I'd be like, ooh, shit, ooh, let me.
They're already responding to it. They'll be like, voice acting's different. Voice acting's different. That's what they say.
It's not the same.
Like,
it's not
okay.
So wait a minute. America Ferrera, who, by the way, let's just go ahead and put this out here. Well-known actress in Hollywood. America Ferrera. Let's just go ahead and just say that. You're going to sit here and tell me you didn't care that a Latina was voicing a Nordic white character.
They didn't think twice about that shit. They had no idea.
They had no idea. I think a lot of motherfuckers didn't even fucking know. I think a lot of motherfuckers didn't even fucking know.
They're hearing that for the first time right now.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, ain't that about a bitch?
Well, that is not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
I mean, I would have been mad if I had known that, but
yeah. Well, you know what? I'm retroactively mad. So right. I'm sorry, but yeah, they need to get the fuck over this shit. And here's the thing: I don't care how you can try and doctor her skin up as much as you want. You can try and get it in your head that she's not who you think she is. But let's be real here. It don't get more Latina than a woman with the name America Ferrera. I'm sorry, it just don't. Yeah. I'm sorry. That is, like, honestly, she would have, her first name would have had to have been like Consuela or something to be more Latina than that. Or Alejandra or something like that. Like, that's the only way it could have been more Latina than that. But
look, here's what's funny about this whole thing too is like when we start talking about how racist something is, like, and I'm not walking anything back. It is racist, right? All of them. The Little Mermaid reaction was based off racism.
100%.
Everything, every single time, it's just racism.
Every time.
But it's like this time, it's like extra racism because Nico Parker is mostly white.
Yeah. She's only like a quarter black.
Yeah, she is 75% white. We, by and large, got a white woman to play. Like, wait a minute.
Look, no.
Are you trying to tell me her granddaddy's black? That's disgusting. We need a Norwegian one. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Look at this woman. Look at this woman.
Not white enough. Not white enough. Not white enough. Can't be. 75% is not enough.
The one drop. It is the one drop. They said nope.
Oh my god! They're doing the one drop rule for actors now. This is wild. This is wild.
Big-lipped baboon beast. This is basically what they said. They said, look, she got one drop.
For too many niggas.
It's too much. It's too
Listen to me.
much.
Listen to me. That is 4A hair, first of all. 4B at best. She's got no, as far as I can tell, very few typical Afrocentric phenotypes. Right? Yeah. She's kind of got like a button nose. Her lips. Yes, I can see it in her lips. But I mean, like, pretty much You got a mostly white woman. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
I'm just saying, she is literally a white. I'm sorry. Look,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to. I'm not even trying to be ugly or nasty or colorist or anything like that. But this woman is literally light, bright, 2 shades from white. You can't sit up here and tell. Like if you walked into this woman out on the street, if you were a racist white person, you would look at her and you would not know. You can't like.
She's not getting pulled over.
No.
She's not. She will never in her entire life get pulled over for driving while black. Never.
No. Unless she gets a tan. She gets fucked tan, it's OV. She gets a tan,
but even then,
over.
they'll think she's Hispanic.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, she's probably fucking illegals, am I right? That's what they'll say. That's what they'll say.
You can't, as a black woman, and I'll give it to her. If she identifies as black, she's black. I'm sure she's not the gatekeeper for blackness. But this is probably the most privileged you can ever be as a black woman. It's like,
and look,
like, oh.
And like I said, I want to go back. I just, I want to go back to this image just because I think that it's very important to just really pay attention to what people are angry about. It's not that she's I'm sorry. To me, right here, I don't see any problem. I don't see a problem here. I do not understand. You can't, I'm sorry. Not to mention, can we also just point out the fact that this is a shot-for-shot fucking live action remake? I actually saw someone take scenes from the trailer and put it next to scenes from the original. And I was just like, bruh, this is the same fucking movie. Y'all aren't even...
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, Aladdin... You can make a case for Aladdin because they changed up some stuff.
Facts.
They actually
new songs. Yeah, the plot's different.
New songs. Jafar actually is more of a has more characterization.
Right.
Like he actually makes more sense as a character.
They didn't make Aladdin and Jasmine white and then Jafar super ethnic looking.
No,
they're all brown.
It's like, I was like, bro, dude, this all makes sense. I was like, this actually makes sense. But when you do a shot for shot remake like this, I'm like, okay, that's the one time I'm going to be like, okay, who was this for? Who was this for? Because How to Train Your Dragon, while it's a little old, it's not that goddamn old. It's the same way I feel like if I see the trailer for, because I don't know if you've seen, they actually showed pictures, leaked set photos of The Rock as Maui for the live action Moana. Not going to lie. This is one of those instances where I was like, y'all could have just let this dude be swole. Why y'all got this dude in a Samoan fat suit? Like, why y'all got this dude in a Samoan fat suit? I was like, that is not okay. I was like I know you're trying to make him look like the character because he's like he has a specific look. But I was like, y'all could just let that dude be The Rock, man. Just let him be The Rock. He's gonna be The Rock anyway, so let's just let him be The Rock.
Here, I don't want to mess up your point, but I will say this much: you had a good point earlier with regard to your daughter, right? Like, who are these things for? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know if this is shocking or not. I've never seen How to Train a Dragon. I've never seen that show. I've never seen it.
Really?
And I watch cartoon movies. Like I've seen all the Disney movies, The Incredibles. Like I love cartoon movies, so it's not about that. I just for some reason have never seen this movie. And I will probably go see the live action because, especially now that I know if it's shot for shot, then
shot for shot.
I'm gonna go watch. You know what I mean?
I mean, even the whole scene where I forget what dude's name is. Something
I saw
really
the same
weird.
Post that you saw online.
It's the same. It's like minus a couple of prolonged shots. It's the same shot.
Sure,
it's the same scene. Like Toothless is making the same facial expressions. Like, honestly, you could have just imported Toothless from that movie and just touched him up, and it would have. I would not have known the difference.
Right. Hold on, I'm talking about.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which is more ridiculous? Which is more? Nah, I won't say ridiculous. Which is more surprising? A horror fan that's never seen The Shining, or me never seeing How to Train a Dragon? Which is more wow.
I would actually say The Shining just because it's so old.
Is more surprising?
I would say if someone told and actually I actually had to do this with
a horror fan.
Well, because I know how much you love horror. So if you told me you had never seen The Shining, I'd been like, really?
Right.
I
And
guess.
then Elise said Shining. There you go, Susan Turpin. There you go. That's it. Three on one. You're done. You're done.
Wait a minute.
I win.
I just like. But it's funny to me too, because so my wife, she had never seen The Shining, and we watched it together for the first. Like I've seen it a million times, but she had never seen it, so we watched it together, and it was funny too, because one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie is the epic gaslighting scene. The scene where Jack Nicholson is backing oh my god backing old girl Wendy up the stairs.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorite scenes, just really because like it's so well acted. I don't like what's happening in the scene. It's actually
she's
hella
like freaking out. They're both just kill it. They kill it, both of them. Yeah.
And
Shelley Duvall, yep.
Yeah. And when you learn why that performance was so realistic, it's like, fuck. But like, because basically, Stanley Kubrick was pretty much torturing Shelley Duvall to, like, honestly, if.
Like I heard that he didn't allow like the AC, the heat on. He made them like be cold and shit. Like he wanted them miserable.
Yeah,
I did read something more.
Yeah,
I did read something more surprising. This guy 38 says, "I'm a horror fan. I've never seen this. Check this out.
Okay.
I've never seen The Shining, but he has, or they have seen Dr. Sleep." Was this guy? So he has seen Dr. Sleep. To have seen Dr. Sleep and not seen The Shining. That's pretty wild.
Okay, so
that's pretty wild.
That was Cynthia,
and actually should be illegal. Actually, I'm pretty sure you deserve jail time for that.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, at least like a week. Like 7
you get a
days.
week in jail. Week in the slammer. Week in the slammer. Well, it's funny because Cynthia, that's what she saw first. She saw Dr. Sleep. That made her want to watch The Shining, which I think it's wild too, because it's a sequel. So like if you've seen Dr. Sleep, you know how The Shining ends. If you've never seen The Shining, it's basically spoiled for you. But
you kind of like ruin it. Yeah.
Well, but it's also kind of awesome too at the same time, because Cynthia has a terrible memory when it comes to like stuff like that. So for her, it was almost like it didn't even fucking matter that she had seen Dr. Sleep before, because she was like, oh, and I was still like kind of there to like explain certain gaps and things like that for her, that I was like, oh, this is okay, so this is a callback to this. So remember in Dr. Sleep when they went to the so-and-so, this is why this is important. Or oh, remember when they saw these characters at the hotel, this is why these characters, like, and she was like, oh, okay, cool. She loved it. She thought it was cool.
Bone Factory, that's awesome. That's
wait,
awesome.
what happened?
I'm imagining Bone Factory. So my in-laws came to the house just now. I totally had my earbuds listening to you guys without them knowing. And I'm imagining Bone Factory sitting there listening to his father-in-law, like, yep. And like, maybe even chuckle. Maybe even chuckle
it's
something
like,
we said, but it doesn't fit. He's like,
yeah.
No, it was I was just thinking something.
He's like, wait, like that's not funny. This is serious. So you're like, oh yeah, no, I mean it was a hit.
The doctor said they extended my chemotherapy.
It's like, oh man, that would hurt.
Why is everybody staring at me?
But see, you know what? I'm the type of motherfucker that shit would happen to, because because I'm a giggling motherfucker. So yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Let's see. Wait. It says Xylem says you actually have one more point going back to people and think of the children. How many adult and R-rated media got made into kids' toys and cartoons, and they worried about the kids? Okay, so all right,
I got one for you after you're done.
Oh,
and Maneater saw this movie for the first time the other day, and she was like, could not believe it. I'm like, yep, it's the 80s for you. But go ahead, you go first.
Oh no, okay, so yeah, Rambo. Remember Rambo, the Chuck Norris movies, they were all like R-rated, or I don't remember if Chuck Norris was R-rated, but there was a lot of action and they were incredibly violent to be kids.
RoboCop was a good one.
RoboCop, shit. Oh God,
Toxic Adventure. That's a good
yeah,
one.
Toxic
Yep.
Avenger, dude. I remember the
Part
first time I
two.
saw the actual Toxic Avenger. I remember the first time I saw that movie because I was like, I saw the cartoon. I thought it was supposed to be fucking funny or cool or kids were. Dude, when I saw that shit, my mom was like, "What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is going on? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Swamp Thing, like all this
check
shit.
this
None of
out.
this was for kids.
How about this? How about this for the good old days? For the good old days.
Mhm.
Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Now, she watches Beetlejuice for the first time, and he's like, yeah, let me get inside there. And like squeezing her butt, trying to look up her dress. And she,
yeah.
and then he's like, oh, he's like a whole ass, like sexual predator. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you know, this is kind of his thing. And he's like, it's supposed to be funny? I'm like, well, the 80s were different, okay? Yes, it was supposed to be funny.
Wait. So let me ask you this then. Had Maneater ever seen the cartoon?
I don't think so. That was before. Yeah, she was. I think that was too young for that. Yeah.
So
when did the cartoon come out?
It came out like in the 90s. Like it was like on in the
Yeah,
like,
but she was
90s.
born 87. So if it was late 90s, if
Like,
it was
no,
early 90s, she would have
early
been
90s.
Yeah.
Early, yeah.
So she would have only been like 3 or 4. She probably wouldn't
Okay.
remember it.
So check this out. The cartoon made it worse. Because in the cartoon, Beetlejuice and Lydia are
Trying to
friends.
remember.
Like they're friends.
Oh.
Like there's no romantic relationship like hinted at really with them, but like they're considered besties. So like if you go from watching that movie to watching this and you're like, wait, wasn't he just like
I see what you're saying.
like you or let's say
I
you're
thought you
a
were saying
kid.
he was worse. I was like, man, I don't remember that.
No.
Yeah,
So,
I feel you.
But yeah, like so imagine you're a kid, you're watching that cartoon, and then like your parents are like, "Ooh, well, you here, watch this movie." You're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, and then they became friends. They're like best friends.
Yeah, they're best friends in the
I
cartoon.
guess it's okay. You know, sometimes you just gotta look up a girl's dress. Why?
Yeah, I mean, hey, look. All it takes is 40 no's to get a yes.
40 no's and 1 yes is still yes.
It's still a yes. It doesn't matter if it comes after the 40 no's. It doesn't matter.
And people wonder. Like, where did,
I'm just saying.
oh,
shit.
why did dudes
I
think
forgot
that this
about
is okay?
Dude, Ebony Leopard just made me have like a fucking like
Police Academy.
Yeah, Police Academy. They did that shit in Police Academy. I forgot about that shit. Yeah, Police Academy was a whole
Revenge
ass
of the
R-rated
Nerds?
movie. Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds had a rape.
Yeah, it is. That movie is not like honestly, I can't even watch that fucking movie again.
It's
because
wild.
of that. Because
It's
of
wild.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was considered normal.
Yep, that's wild.
So yeah, it just
what was the issue with Moon Girl? You're gonna have to rewind it, homie.
Yeah, we've already we
not only did we talk about it, but then somebody else already asked that, and he was so kind to give a recap.
Yeah,
and there's a second recap, but it's okay because the VOD will be up.
Yes, please, by all means, we won't. But no, I will definitely say though, I guess real quick, just to kind of touch on our last thing, or do we want to save it? Do we want to save it? We can save it.
I don't know. You
want to save it? I don't know what
you're
the VGA thing, the Keeley shit.
Oh yeah, let's save it.
Yeah, save it.
Let's do it next week.
We'll do it next. Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
But are we all done out of super chats?
We were, but I'm going back and double checking. Let's see.
How about this?
Yeah, we're
going to play the music. We'll play the music.
Actually, no, we did miss something. And I'm gonna go back and rectify this now. And my apologies.
first two people in the Discord will come on. We're not gonna do more than 2 people. If you want to come up on the phones, jump into Discord, go all the way down to the bottom. You'll see a chat room called Waiting Room. First 2 people to jump in, I'll call your names if you come in. If there's anybody that joins and wants to say something, ask a question, make a comment, whatever.
Just saying.
And then,
real quick, Weedman Wade hit us up on the Streamlabs side. Actually, I meant to go back to it and then I forgot, so that's on me. I apologize. But for those who know, hitting us up on Streamlabs, I know like I've come to understand that some people cannot use the Streamlabs link. So like I said, we're gonna kind of revisit how we do that. We'll have to figure out I guess a more inclusive way to do it. But for right now, Wee Man Wade hooked us up on the Streamlabs side and said, unreligious as I am, I ain't ever given up gospel music. No better genre of singers. Now, I will say this. That is like, okay. I can't play it because every time I've tried to in the past, like I get dinged for it, so I'm not going to do it. But I will just say, look this up when y'all have time. It is, it's a gospel group called GotY Gospel. They have a YouTube channel, I believe. They were on a Japanese variety show. And they did a gospel rendition of the theme song to Neon Genesis Evangelion, Cruel Angel Thesis. And that shit,
fire.
I don't give a fuck about church singing.
Yeah.
But they had my ass in here going like, Zadun Goku. And I want to make something clear. They weren't singing that shit in English. They were singing the gospel to Japanese people in their native tongue. And even the people that were in the audience were like, yeah, go. Yeah. Like everybody, like I guarantee you, after that show was over, they all went and put on some shoe polish on their face and tried to replicate it. I promise you, they did.
I mean, there's a reason why gospel is lit, because that is the only way for them. That's probably the one thing. Yeah. Food and music is the only thing that really was able to survive the trip from Africa, right? And so they weren't able to freaking speak their language or anything else.
I mean, I'm just saying.
What happened?
No, I'm just laughing. I was just laughing because I think people probably caught to the point where I said what I just said.
Oh no, I have missed it.
Yeah, no. No, they will. The thing, it's crazy to me that gospel music, especially when done a specific way, just it can hit. And it's funny to me too, because I was just like, man, I was like, this song actually sounds better. I was like, this song sounds better sung through gospel. I was like, I actually cannot hear.
What's it called? Gospel what?
It's called it's a Cruel Angel Thesis. It's by GotY Gospel. As a matter of fact,
GotY Gospel.
Yeah, GotY Gospel. That's the matter of fact. Here, I'm just gonna give it to you because I have it. I have the video like saved.
Oh, nice.
I have it saved. It's in my. Let's see if it'll let me send it. Yeah, it'll let me send it. Here you go. It's only like 45 megabytes, so it shouldn't fuck nothing up. But that's it. It's got that vibe. It lent itself so well to it, and it was just like I don't know. It was a bop. Like honestly, yeah. I think if they ever make a new Evangelion anything, I think that's the version that they need to use. Like, use that version of the song.
I hope you weren't talking to me. I didn't hear a word you just said. But it does slap though.
Oh, he's like, nah, I'm in. I'm in. Look, you for a minute you'd be like, man, maybe I should go to nah.
You know what? God is good. God is good. Let me stop.
let me quit bullshit. Be like, because it's like when the brother comes in and starts singing, putting that soul on it, I was like, oh, dude.
Look at Susan Turpin showing off. She goes, I want you to know I'm blacker than Candace Owens. I just want you to know.
All the time. All the time.
God is good. Couldn't get that right.
Look,
he sure is. He sure is.
Look, God is good. What? All the time. And all the time. What? God is good. You know, girl. You know, girl. You know.
Oh, R. Kelly, the beats hit too hard to quit. I'm telling you.
Oh, wait. She said it's an Episcopalian thing too. Oh,
is it?
See, I didn't know that. So you just put me on game.
Damn.
You just put me on game. Xylo said Big Boy was singing, not singing, singing. Dude, that was like, and he was like, they were. I was like, oh shit! They had the robes. They had the choir robes just on. Just woo! I was like okay.
I found it on Facebook, so I apologize. But
go
in there anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put the link in there. But I'm still logged in as you.
Oh. God damn it! Well, you know,
hey, why'd you share a Facebook link? That's weird.
I was like, oh man, that's crazy. That's wild.
But you have Facebook. Look at you sharing Facebook links.
It's like, damn, that's crazy that you would do that. That's crazy that you would do that to me. You know better. Speaking of that, we did have another super chat. I had it pinned. I forgot. Paris Yule with the 10 says, evening fam. Just wanted to show support and wish an early happy Thanksgiving to the group. Separately, if you're not bringing and spatchcocking or not brining and spatchcocking your turkey, you're messing up. Okay, see, look.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
that this year.
Let me tell you something, Paris. I learned how to spatchcock just this past year, just in the last year. Giggity. And I'm gonna tell you, that shit is fire. I am never going back.
That's just when you break it and smash it down in half, right?
Like, yeah. You take the chicken. Flat. Yeah. You have to like remove the backbone of it. Yeah, and like you basically have to like crack the rib of the chicken and everything. And then you like splay it all out. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about like in the case of I haven't done a turkey. I've spatchcocked a chicken. I've never spatchcocked a turkey. Got it. It's the same process basically. You got
Unity Black. If you want to learn how to do spatchcocking, you can't look it up at work though.
No, don't
just
do
make
it.
Sure when you're at home, then you Google what spatchcocking is.
Don't do it. Don't do it. But no, you have to remove like the gizzards and the all the organs and stuff.
He said you gotta blow the back out that chicken or turkey. You can do either one.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, blow the back out.
Yeah. Just split it right in half. Yeah.
You gotta split the cheeks of the turkey. Is what you gotta do. You gotta split the cheeks.
Danger.
We are children.
Yes,
we are children.
we are children. Leave us the fuck alone. Look, right now, somebody watches basically just like. Look, man. Hey, we're wild, okay?
Derek Brown's like, nah, I don't swing like that. I don't spatchcock. I smoke. I'll smoke a turkey. I ain't spatchcocking shit.
Look, I remember the first time someone said spatchcock to me, I was like, okay, I don't know about that sounds. Gross.
Is this like an American Pie thing? What do you guys do with your turkey?
This is gross.
The fuck?
Yeah, like this is gross. But I will say this though: when I actually spatchcocked my first chicken, bruh, when I took when I took that first bite, that was me. That was me. I was like, oh my god! Like
what's the difference? What's the difference? What's good?
I don't know, but it just tasted better. Is
it juicier? Is it cooked more evenly?
Yes, it was juicier. Because basically what we did when I split it and cracked the back of it, and I put it on the grill. And dude, oh my god. But I will say this though. I will say this though. When you
oh fuck.
when you spatchcock a chicken or a turkey, any bird for that matter, it's just a good time for everybody. It's a good time for everybody. Like I'm telling you right now, if you have never done it, if you're thinking about wanting to do it, I promise you, you'll never want to go back. You're never gonna want to go back. You're gonna be like, no, this is the way from now on. I promise you. But that's I do want to say, shout out to everybody because Thanksgiving is coming up. I guess did we decide what we were gonna do for next week? Did we decide if we were gonna go Friday as opposed to Thursday just because of Thanksgiving?
Yeah, well, definitely not Thursday, right?
Well, no.
But I'm down for Friday. You want to call it right now? Friday?
Yeah, we'll call it now, Friday. So
Nerds of Culture.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Nerds of Culture, the same bat time, same bat channel, just different day. We'll instead of doing this Thursday, we'll do this Friday. And actually, depending on how well or good or bad that goes, I don't know. We might even consider. I've been debating because like I don't really like doing back to back like that because like it's like oh shit, but I don't know. It might. You never know. It might work out. It might work out. We'll see. We'll see. But I mean, we might need the. We might. Oh shit! I might be still in the itis. By that time.
Yeah,
the next
or
day.
we're talking about chicken, turkey, and I'm just gonna put this random ass shit right here. This link inside the deal here.
Oh yeah.
And here you go, Rough Rider. Here's one for you too.
There you go. Bam! Look at it. Hooked up. Hooked up.
I gotta go watch that movie now.
Oh my god! What is this?
Oh,
I'm scared.
shit.
I'm scared to open it. Let's see.
Oh no! I'm still just thinking back. I'm still thinking back.
Oh,
But
got you. Tell me
that shit don't look good. That fucking
that shit look good as fuck.
damn.
Dude, okay, so what we did is actually went to because we actually do this when we grill like hot dogs, hamburgers and shit. We'll actually get the smoked sausages and split them, basically spatchcock them. Yeah. And we'll grill them like that.
Spatchcock the wieners. Okay.
Spatchcock the wieners. Yeah, hey. We spatchcocking wieners out here, y'all. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Damn. You're not getting that plaque for 2 years now. How about that?
Right? Oh, yeah. I guess, I never shared that. Actually, I need to tell y'all.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
A little bit of bad news. Look, let me play this. Look, ladies and gentlemen and MBs.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
So you know how we had our Cinderella story? And we got the 100K. Well, apparently I'm not going to be getting a silver play button anytime soon. And it's largely because I guess because of the fact that I did an interview with Dan Wickline, and it was an interview to promote one of his. I'm not even gonna grab the book because they'll probably get mad at me again. But it was for the Volume 2 edition of one of his comics called Karma. And because I put a link for people to go and back the book on BackerKit if they felt so inclined, YouTube flagged me for that because they said I was promoting pornography. Now, I'll be fair. That's not an unfair statement, just so much in the sense that Karma is an adult comic. It does have depictions of sex in it.
I thought this was about BackerKit. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
It was the book.
It was BackerKit because it was the link. It was the link to the book on BackerKit.
Right.
But because of what it was, Google was like, "Oh, you broke TOS." Now they didn't give me a strike, but they gave me a warning. But because I got even so much as a warning. That was basically like, well, you have to wait at least 1 year before you can apply again from the time that you got it cleared, which was the beginning of this month of November is when the warning went away. So it'll be about roughly this time next year that I'll actually be able to apply for a silver play button. That said, they did allow me to get my check mark. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, so I do have. So basically, if you ever go to the channel, if you see somebody in the comments pretending to be me, it is not me. If you see that check mark, that lets you know.
Unless it's me.
Unless it's him. It might be him. But like, if you see somebody in the chat if you see somebody in the chat or you see somebody in the comments talking to you, trying to get you to click on shit. Yeah. If you see someone like, trying to talk to you about, hey, click this link to go to this other place, or hey, you won something, but it doesn't have that's not me. This right here.
Look at me. I got a check mark. That's dope.
This guy. But yeah, if you see that check mark, that's me. That's 100% me. By the way, go check out the newest videos. Also, maybe go show some love to those Scarlet and Destro videos, because Robo worked really hard on them.
Oh man, you got that Adam Ruins Everything, just to give people a peek. You don't even have to announce it. Just be like,
yeah.
Stuff is coming. Here's this clip.
Actually,
you might have to. It might, unless you're gonna plan to announce it anyway.
Well, I mean, no, it's
talked about in the beginning.
Yeah, actually, I can't remember if I downloaded it or not. I think you know what it was. I think I watched it in
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think when you
in the Discord, it played it in there and not downloaded it.
Yeah, I think I watched it. I watched it in the Discord. I'd have to go back. Oh wait. Here, let's see. Is this it? Is this the one? I think this is the one. Let me see something here. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm downloading it now. I'm actually down. I'm downloading it now.
By the way, Elite, for threads, the easiest way to know if it's earning or not is if it says blurred without fear, it's earning. Because he does not post on Nerds Culture. Nerds Culture and Leftface are both me.
Yeah, that's all. It is always Robo. If you see
Ernie doesn't like. If you see Ernie on social media, it's because he's there because he has to.
Yes, because like, Robo can tell you, I don't give a fuck about social media. Like, I will say this though,
you gotta post more.
I will say that. Well, you know what it is? It's like, because I'll post a bunch of shit and then I'll just leave.
Yeah,
because I have a very Ice-T social media game. I post shit, like I'll say some wild shit. I'll probably post like 4 or 5 different things and then just put the phone down and walk the fuck away. You'll never see me again. By the way, I actually have it right here. I'm actually gonna play it right now. So here, just to give you guys a little bit of a taste, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a taste of a little thing that Robo has helped put together for me. So check this out. This is just a little taste, and the first hit's free, but this is a video that is on the way. I'm probably gonna release it. I think I'm gonna release it Monday. I kind of want to let.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I think y'all are gonna like it.
And it's free to share.
And so it's free to share.
If y'all don't share this motherfucker, it's a good one. All right.
And I want you to know, like, seriously, we're cooking. I don't normally like to pat myself on the back, but we fucking cooked on this shit. So I'm just putting that out there. But anyway, I'm just gonna play a little clip of this, just so y'all can get a little taste. I'm about to ruin everything. What am I about to ruin? Well, you'll get any more than that. That's all you get. Like I said, the first hit's free.
He was waiting. He was like,
Look, y'all thought y'all was about to get some more, and I hit y'all with that. That's all you get. Hey, Blerd, can you show us a little more? Come back Monday.
He's like, yes, I get to use all these buttons. That's right.
Right? Look, I'm just saying, please, Blerd, can I please have some more?
If that's what you think, I got 2 words for you.
Y'all say y'all want to see y'all said y'all want to see the logo again. I can show you the
yeah.
This was not me. This was I want to make it clear. I mean, I recorded the video, because duh,
bro,
I'm in the
recorded, did the thing. He did the whole thing. I just spiced it up a little bit.
I mean, I want to give you a little more credit than that. I want to give you a little more credit.
I'm a little proud of this one because real quick, I went to go look up how to do low polygon, and then I got the instructions on it. I'm like, damn, that seems like a lot. I think I could do it pretty quick.
He
and
did.
It was like that shit actually took me like it was like over an hour on this motherfucker, and like, oh shit, I ain't got shit done today, but I got a low polygon Ernie now.
Hey, like I look like I'm fresh off of GTA 3, dude. Like, what's up? Like, what's really
you know
good?
what I'm saying?
Or actually, that wouldn't even have been GTA 3 shit. That'd have been like Nightmare Creatures or Resident Evil or some shit. Actually, no, you know what it is? I look like a fucking Dreamcast character is what I look like.
There it is. Yeah,
I look like a fucking Dreamcast character. Like, what's really going on, man? But
funny.
yeah, that's...
Can you speculate? Yeah, you can speculate. Shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
You won't know if you're right until Monday, though.
True. This is true. I can confirm. You will not know. You
okay,
will not
so we
know
got two coming up. Whenever you're ready, we do have Space Cowboy in the waiting, and then Shinobi 1 after that. You ready?
Oh, by the way, who do we have? We also don't forget we got the indie game.
Questions.
We're gonna do. That too. We have the indie game recommendation. Don't forget about that. Or wait, do we?
No, we don't. Not this year. I mean, not this week.
Not this year. Oh, never mind. That's right, because we did it last week, so it'll be the week. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Space
Anyway,
Cowboy
never
coming
mind
up.
me.
Hello, Space Cowboy.
How you doing?
Yo, how you guys doing tonight?
Oh man, we're doing fantastic. How are you?
Chilling.
I'm doing okay. Got the new computer or laptop really for the Black Friday deals. I was able to catch that, so now
there you go.
I can get back on the ball and start working on my projects.
There it is.
All right. And by the way, y'all, well, on the YouTube side of things, I just want to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you off here because I'm gonna do my due diligence. I got to do my due diligence here. I'm all about the I'm all about the shameful plug because I don't fuck shame. Ain't nothing shameless about me. I'm all about that goddamn shame.
You don't get to 100K with shame, okay?
No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. Stop. Don't even play with me. But I just want to say real quick, for those who are unfamiliar, the Space Cowboy, because you have your own YouTube channel that
I do
that you output on. So for those of y'all who do not know, please by all means go show some love over there. And I'm actually gonna grab the grab the link. And
yes. I did change my name. It's Space Cowboy EXE. So hopefully that's actually a lot better now.
Okay.
I mean, considering I'm still, very, very low on the totem pole, I don't know if that's going to necessarily help for people to search it up.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
in any way.
Personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you, man, SEO and trying to, oh, here, bang, I found it. There you go. Look at that. We out here. SEO is one of the hardest things to do in terms of just in terms of trying to get yourself out there. It took me a while to figure it out. I just realized I just had to put my name everywhere. Like if you look up Blerd, I'm probably the first thing that's gonna come up. But no, here I'm putting this together for you, and you can go ahead and tell us what you here for. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But as far as myself, or as far as like any questions.
Yeah, just question. Yeah, what you got going on, man?
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. So I wanted to add on to the conversation a little bit.
Yeah.
As far as like stupid people on the internet giving their dumbass opinions.
Oh yes.
Woke bullshit.
Oh man.
It's funny because I know y'all mentioned it a couple of podcasts ago with regarding like some Marvel stuff and about the whole I think y'all did mention this specifically. It was the all women's scene in Endgame.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
What people were saying, like, oh, girl, look, like, what is this like girl power ass like shit in our fucking movie and all this shit and all this stuff. and for people like us, we're just looking at this shit like, bro, I mean, these are comic book characters that we don't really get to see pop off and do shit, especially when they are female characters, especially when and even to this day, it's still, not a lot of female superhero comic book related characters get off the ground. What the most important fucking one out there, Wonder Woman, is still struggling to get herself out there, even though she should be on the fucking pages everywhere and all that stuff anyway. And in terms of that scene in Endgame, they actually popped up on my head not so long ago. And I was just thinking about this. That's probably the best chance, chance of sort of like a good representation we will have for like the female superhero characters. Because outside of that, I mean, like I said, like Wonder Woman. I mean, how long did it take for her to actually get a fucking I mean, great. She's had stuff in the past before. I am aware, like actual, like this is like the first like legit like Wonder Woman movie in a sea of like how many Batman and even Superman things we had. Mentioned with the MCU, like we kill off Natasha, and only then she got her movie.
Right.
And
hey,
then
she's dead, surprising about
Give
Wonder Woman too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right? I'm actually kind of.
I definitely do appreciate that we got like a She-Hulk show, an Echo show, and I forget what the other one was.
Wait, She-Hulk, Echo. Well, I guess you could technically you can make a case for WandaVision. You also got
Wanda. Yes. I forget about that.
You also Miss Marvel. You can also throw Miss Marvel in there as well.
Yes.
So like, it's kind of wild. Like when you said it like that, it actually kind of made me think like, wow, we actually have had quite a few, female fronted, MCU shows. And
wait a minute. Maybe it is the MCU. God damn it.
MCU. And I say you can't forget Agatha. We just had Agatha.
Yes,
Agatha all along.
I blanked out on that because I mean,
it's the MCU. That's why you blanked out, because it's the MCU. It's the MCU.
I'm really surprised about Wonder Woman because of how popular. What's her name? Linda Carter? Is that her name?
Yeah, Linda Carter. Some of the original live action. Linda Carter.
Yeah, the live action 70s Wonder Woman show was very, very popular, and how they didn't jump on that for movies for a very long time was weird.
It's funny.
But but like C.E. Rouse said, I'm not looking. We don't need to see Gal Gadot and shit.
No, I don't need to see her ever again.
That's honestly,
new actress. Yeah, new actress. Get a new actress for her.
Yeah, that's something I actually wanted to ask about real quick before I got off, because I know y'all mentioned you had a small mention about did something happen with Gal Gadot that I'm not aware of? Like, is she a part of some controversy or something?
Ooh,
no, she's a Zionist. She's pro Israel, and
she so for those that don't know, Gal Gadot, she served in what most people would call the IDF, but is actually more like the IOF. But the Israeli offensive
and that
force.
might not even be so bad if she wasn't full on
like indoctrinated,
fully supporting how Israel is executing this war right now.
Nah. Well, I mean,
so it's like doubly fuck you.
a woman who, like, I'm sorry, and I know, like, we're supposed to be able to, like, we're supposed to be able to separate the actor from the character.
Not when she's the title character.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, and also when, like, I'm also supposed to suspend my disbelief that she's a character like Wonder Woman. Like, because I mean, I'll be the first one to say I actually like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman until I learned more about her as a person.
Same.
I was like, dude, she's a badass. And the more
that walking across the battle scene was dope.
Yeah, no, dude, I thought that was like, I'm sorry, that's still one of my favorite superhero, like, and not just DC. I'm saying, period. Period. I love that scene, and I'm a huge fan of Wonder Woman as a character. But the fact that, like, the more I learned about the IDF, the more I learned about Gal Gadot and her service in the IDF, and learned more about her stance on on Palestinians, and how she has applauded the genocide of of Muslim people, of Arab people. I can't fuck with her no more. So yeah, she got to go. She got to go.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense now.
And also I will also point out, as Brian just also point out, nah, she can't act at all. I mean, I will give you this. I never thought I won't go as far as say I thought that she was like, perfect as Diane. I think she had the look. And she could give off the vibes. When she spoke, that was another story. It's very clear that she is a model first and an actress somewhere 30 rows after that.
She's certainly easy to look at, that's for sure.
She is certainly nice to look at.
Yes. But I tell you what, if she plays villains from now on, I'm perfectly okay with that, which I believe she is. She's playing the evil queen in whatever Cinderella thing, or Sleeping Beauty, whatever the fuck thing is coming up that has the evil queen as the villain.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Space Cowboy.
Yeah. Hey, we appreciate you.
Always my man's.
For sure.
Hey, take care, brother.
See you. Shinobi.
Yeah.
Shinobi 1, you are up. Unmute yourself.
What's up? Up.
He said, nah.
He's like, nah, I'm out.
Nah, B.
I'm out. I don't wanna. That's okay.
I don't know if that was an accident or some people click that thing. We'll give him one more. If he jumps out again, we'll assume it's not an accident.
Yeah, there you go.
Was that an accident?
Hey. Yes. Oh, there it is.
Oh, it wasn't an accident. Yeah, I know.
How you doing?
Yeah. All right. What I was trying to do was unmute my YouTube so I don't have that annoying echoey thing that drives me insane each time I speak.
I feel you.
Hey, we understand.
We appreciate that too.
We love you for it. But what you got for us today?
Yeah, I wanted. First off, I wanted to go on about that, to continue on with that morph thing that I brought up earlier about the whole non-binary stuff. Now, and how the chuds went completely insane over a shape-shifting mutant. Might identify as binary. And at the time, it absolutely amazed me how all these morph fans appeared out of the blue. Because remember, in the original series, we didn't know jack about this dude. He made almost no appearances. His whole time he was spent on Muir Island with Dr. McTaggart, recovering from everything he went through, from getting boomed by Sentinels and Mr. Sinister's mind control. So where all this crap about Morph not being gay, or I get the whole identifying as a he, him, because we didn't really have a term.
Right.
I don't want to say we didn't, but we didn't term for non-binaries and when the original series aired. So naturally he spent the whole time looking like a dude. So going with the him pronouns made sense.
Yeah.
Until they went with the comic version where he's a bundle of paste.
Yeah, like very nondescript. Like that head could have belonged to anybody, really.
Yeah. I mean, but I think you're just downplaying a little bit the fact that Morph was a lot of people's heroes growing up. Like Morph was one of the most well-known superheroes. Like it's like everybody, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Morph.
That was the one.
What was also super important was that he had pronouns, like real ones, not made up ones. And so I get where they're coming from. I'm being
this motherfucker. But no, I do want to kind of touch on that a little bit though, because it's funny when you talk about Morph. The thing you know what it is. Like, even in your jest, Robo, you know what I think is really important to point out is people are angry because regardless of what level of fan they were. Let's pretend for 5 seconds that these people complaining are actually fans of the character. We'll give them a little bit of grace. Even if that's the case, I think what a lot of it comes from is the fact that they now feel some type of way because they felt for a non-binary character who has also heavily hinted that, this cat's gay. Like, it's heavily hinted that, like, and even Bo DeMaio has come out and said that the scene, in the 10th episode, like when Morph transforms into Jean Grey and holds Logan's hand and says that they love him, that was not Morph. Well, it was Morph trying to comfort Logan, but it was also Morph confessing their feelings. Yeah. And
that's exactly how I interpreted it. That's exactly how I interpreted it before DeMaio put that tweet out. It's like, okay, I can look at this both ways.
Yes, and you were right to do so. And even, I'm gonna be honest with you, even if Bo came out and said, no, this is not what it was, I would still say you're well within your right to feel that way, because it just, I don't know, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change how I feel about Morph.
That's the part.
As a character, whether Morph is gay, straight, non-binary, bisexual. If next season, if Morph, if they decided for whatever reason, you know what, we're actually going to give Morph a gender. Morph's going to come out as trans. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't care, because it doesn't change who Morph is as a character. It makes it like, I don't know. I feel like someone being a shapeshifter, I think being non-binary is the most normal thing they could be. Because I'll be honest with you, and I think I've said this before. If let's pretend that mutants are real. If I were a mutant who could transform into any man, woman, or whatever in between that I wanted to, I would probably consider myself non-binary too. I probably wouldn't even care very much about
especially
gender
if you've been able to do that
norms
since puberty, before you even had a solid identity in any gender, because you've been able to do this since 13. You might even, I don't know, I'm whatever I feel like being at the time, literally, because I can shapeshift. Yeah. But you said something important too that I think that gets missed a lot, is the fact that you recognize that this particular thing is not important to the character, and that is what is. And when I say important, it's not critical to what the character brings, their power, their story, any of that. And the fact that chuds don't recognize that, or chuds let you know they don't understand that, when their go-to, what is their go-to? What have you made white Black Panther white? And it's like,
even though they've already tried that before and it didn't work,
right?
Well,
but besides that, but even besides that, they pick a character where his blackness is critical to the character. It is from Africa. It is an exploited location.
Exactly.
It has been in world. You know what I mean? It's not for people's feelings. It's not just because it's special to black readers. No, in world, they're in Africa and they've been cut themselves out. They don't understand that. So like, what about this? I'm like, bro, and I would tell you this real quick. I think somebody did make a one point. There is a white character that probably wouldn't be appropriate to race swap, and that's Steve Rogers, because Steve Rogers, the things he's had to learn, it's because he was white. He came from a white America in that time frame, and he had to like unlearn shit and realize his privilege. If you made him anything else, then like, well. He never went through that then that's silly.
Right. You take away from his
Lyncher
character.
for that matter.
Say it again?
Eric Lyncher, the guy.
Magneto.
The guy lived through the Holocaust, so he has to be a white European.
Yeah. Well,
right. Jewish. Yeah.
Yeah, I would even say too, like because when people made the argument that you should cast Denzel Washington as Magneto, my thing is, it's not to say that there aren't black Jews. They exist, but I think that once again, going back to what your point about the Holocaust, it's like, but and I don't have the data to back this up. I feel like there probably were not many black Jews in the Holocaust. maybe there were, but
Yeah,
I feel like they were.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I feel like it would be like quite the rarity. Like I feel like you'd have to do a little show your work in order for people to even wrap their mind around it. But at the end of the day, Magneto is a character that, like, if you wanted to do like some Elseworlds thing where like, oh, well, this is a Magneto who lived through slavery or something, I'd be like, oh, well, I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. Like his lifespan has to be, I mean, Magneto has a long lifespan.
Change the whole thing.
Yeah. You have to do a lot of extra shit.
A few times.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's like, and Magneto was like incredibly long lived because you think about this guy. He was like he was a preteen and teenager during the Holocaust by like current Marvel timeline standards, and he's still, for the most part, considered like a relatively like, even though he is old, everybody that draws him, they draw him looking like fucking what's the man's name? Michael Fassbender. They draw him like he's fucking Michael Fassbender's age now. You know, so it's one of those things like you just kind of have to go with that shit. But like, I don't know. I feel like if a character, if they are inherently like, if it is inherent to the character, like case in point, it is not inherent that Mary Jane be white. There's nothing about the character that dictates she must be white. There is honestly not really anything about Peter Parker that dictates that he
also
must,
facts.
Yeah, he there's nothing about it.
It's not like he comes from a wealthy family who's had a fortune for generations, like you have with Bruce.
Peter Parker, I would say, it's important to me that he comes from Queens because that's a part of his personality and shit. But the fact that he comes from Queens, he could be black, Puerto Rican, Jewish, you know what I mean, white, like
Yeah, I feel like people suddenly become fans, like suddenly people become lifelong fans of things that and characters that they otherwise don't know anything about. They don't know anything about you know, these characters. They don't really have any skin in the game on it. They just want to be mad. And the thing is, I'm gonna tell you right now, outside of Morph dying in, you know, those first couple of episodes of the X-Men animated series, nobody was checking for Morph. Like, I'm sorry, there's a storyline that I actually find very interesting that a lot of people don't remember. The thing that Morph, who in the comics was originally called Changeling, the name Morph didn't come up till like way later, but like, the thing that Morph in the comics is most famous for is pretending to be Charles Xavier. And Charles Xavier getting killed off, and then you realize, oh, it actually wasn't Charles. It was Morph that died. That's the thing that he's the most famous for doing, and most people don't even remember that. Like, and when I'm just saying in the comics, in the cartoon, the thing he's famous for is getting clapped. Again, die, but for different reasons.
But that apparently was what that one scene in the final episode of the original series was referencing. Yes. When Morph was impersonating Professor X to keep the rest of the mutant population from going all revolution on the humans.
Yeah, it's so crazy to me though, because like, I don't know. It just I think what people need to do, people need to sit down, have a Coke and a smile, shut the fuck up. Stop pretending to be experts or super fans about, you know, about stuff that just doesn't fucking matter. Like, it doesn't, like, I mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not, like, it's important because it helps people feel seen and visible and not feel like they're, you know, pariahs, you know, to help them feel normalized. But, like, in terms of, like, how it affects normal cis-het people, it don't fucking matter. Like I just tell people, go read a fucking book.
It's like they've held that chair for so long. They just love to feel that chair so much. They don't want to let it. They don't want to let somebody else sit in it.
Nah, you're right. Hey, Shinobi 1, thank you so much.
Hey, we appreciate you, pimp.
All right.
Thank you very much.
For sure.
Hey, take care.
I think I have to jump in there.
You good?
T-Rob 712 is I could tell, so he's not gonna. They're not gonna hear me say this, but I can tell they're all the way back. They're probably watching the thing from the beginning. It says, nobody, if you're sitting down to pee, bro, it's over. That made me laugh.
Oh,
I've done that too. I've been like way back in the thing, and I'm over here chatting.
Time
Hey, by the way, and now I want this to happen.
Oh shit, let's go.
Just because I fucking hate chuds and I love when they're angry.
Oh, go ahead. Go off.
So there are African Jews, right? Like Ethiopian Jews. But the amount in Europe was already super small because they were typically in Ethiopia. And even the ones that were in Europe, even fewer were in areas that were affected by Nazi Germany. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
However, there were black people, non-Jewish black people, and mixed race black people that were subject to sterilization experiments and imprisonment, execution, and stuff like that. And so what these people were people who intermarried and things like that. Magneto could absolutely be a mixed black and Jewish person and have been in the Holocaust. And now I need it to happen because they will fucking have a meltdown.
Oh man. You know what? Honestly, I do.
You know what else? You'll get that, and you'll get anti-black Jewish people too. It's like a 2-in-1. This is fucking awesome.
Oh my god, dude, it would be the real. It would be the real actual Marvel 2-in-1. Wow. Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like Magneto's kind of is. I saw someone bring this up earlier. I do feel like Magneto is the third rail of comic book characters. Like that's not a character you really want to mess with as far as changing like their identity. But the thing is, if for no other reason to watch the fucking world burn.
No. Listen. You keep him Jewish.
Oh no, but make him like a black Jew. Like
what? Are you telling me there was no black? That's what you do. There was mixed race Jewish people. We just decided to make him a black Jewish person. Like, why is how much melanin he has?
It's not the same.
We would never stop him from being Jewish. Of course, he's Jewish. He went through the Holocaust.
Yeah. He's gonna have the yarmulke and everything. He's gonna have the yarmulke and everything.
Problem with that? You have a problem with that?
Dude, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I just want it to happen just to see all of them collectively go.
Jesus!
Like, I just want to see it. I just want to see all of them lose their fucking minds.
We actually might get rid of a few. Like, there probably would be a couple strokes, a couple car crashes.
Bruh.
If anybody's like flying a plane when they hear that, they probably crash.
Just. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. That is actually, actually, you know what? I would, I actually want to see this now. And
then the black Israelites come in on it, and they go, yes, they were. That was the real. He was black.
And the hyper Zionists. Oh my god! See, they would all. You know what they would do? They would all collectively.
He's like who I should worry about. The government.
They just do this shit right here. All right, I'm out. They just do that. It's like, we're out. We're out of here.
Oh man.
I couldn't wait to see
a black Israelite. Yeah. In this MCU, there are no white Jews. The black Israelites are right, and all Jewish people are black.
Oh god, dude, I would fucking fall out. Well, I guess on that note, on that wonderful note, I guess we do actually have a question from Q Doma here. We can answer real quick, and then
all right, let's see what existential crisis is gonna put me in today.
Oh my god, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm actually ready for this. Okay, so it would help if I actually turned the lock off on my phone. So what we got here?
Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I was pulling up on my phone just to not have to deal with the computer shit. But no, Qdoma says, greetings and salutations as always, nerds of culture. Hope all is well and keep up the good works. We all love video games here, and it has been with us for some time. One thing that gets me about the gaming industry is how it can do things to undermine its own success. One subject that stands out is video game preservation. Ooh, I'm actually kind of glad that Gold Cartridge Gamers are here right now, because man, you would get an earful about that. Not in a bad way, in a good way. My question is, why does the gaming industry not try to preserve old games or just video game history itself? I feel it has just as much worth as old movies and books. It's part of the nerd culture. So it's funny you bring that up. I can tell you the reason why they don't do it. You're not going to like this answer. It's so they can sell it back to you over and over again. That's all. That's the reason. I'll be honest with you. Like, it's not like some, like, it's not out of laziness. It's not out of a lack of desire to do so. It's really just because if we don't preserve the games, we can sell them back to you later, and we can charge you a premium because you can't get it. That's why they do that shit. It's why they keep, now, to be fair, there are some game studios that will just keep re-releasing the same game over and over again just so it stays. Skyrim is a prime example. It's literally on everything. It's literally from the PlayStation and Xbox 360 and the PC onward. It has been on every single platform that gaming is available on some level since then. And it is constantly re-released. They did the same thing with Resident Evil 4, to the point they ended up just ultimately remaking the fucking game. And now they're just going to keep selling you that. But no, it's so that they can just keep selling you the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again for time immemorial.
Yeah. I would say same answer, but you answered your own question when you used the word industry.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I wouldn't, it's the same answer. It's the same answer, just using different words. But I wouldn't be left-faced if I didn't say the answer is capitalism. And because there are games that continue to get re-released, but that still might lead you to the next question of, what about games that are never re-released and they just sit in the hole somewhere, and companies like Nintendo will still sue you if you try to release it? Still capitalism. That's mine. I don't want anybody else to make money off of it. And like Ernie said, if I want to remake it later, I might want to, and I don't give a fuck if it's gonna be gone forever, because they're not artists. They're not the developers. Let me tell you something real quick. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't know if it'll get him in trouble. But there was a dude I interviewed back when I did comic book shit with the I Freaking Love Comics. And I made a joke because he sent us a preview to read before it was released. He sent us digital copies. And I made a joke like, if you find this on Read Comics Online, don't get mad at me. Ha ha ha. Right? You know what this dude told me? I don't give a fuck. We're put that shit on there. I want you to. It's like, I'm a writer. I want everyone to read my shit. Like, I'm not the guy worried about, let's just say he had a very different opinion than Donny Cates.
Yes.
But I find that when you start talking about corporations and industries, the only thing they give a fuck, they don't give a fuck about preserving art and restoration. They don't give, it's money. If it's not money, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
No, they really don't. And I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. It's never gonna change. One day, maybe 10, 15, who knows? Actually, it might not even take that long. It might just be another 5 years. You're gonna have Nintendo sell back to you all those old ass fucking Nintendo ROMs, like the original Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3, and Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, and all that shit. They're gonna sell it back to you again because they've already done it. They did it with the SNES Classic and the Nintendo Classic. They go after people for emulators and ROMs, and then they literally sell you exactly that. That's all. That's all those fucking Nintendo classics, Super Nintendo classics, Sega classic, PlayStation. That's all they were. They were emulators with some fucking ROMs in them. Yep. And I can tell you that because they literally use the exact same technology. They basically just...
The mini Super Nintendo, remember that shit they released? The mini Super Nintendo thing? And I'm like, oh yeah, so all the ROMs that you fucking went after everybody for, like, yeah, we put it all inside here.
Yeah.
Look.
And we made it
the
affordable.
Only people, literally the only people that I would say, like, that to not pirate from are from artisans. You know what I mean? People making their own shit.
Indie developers,
I would feel bad. Yeah, indie developer, shit like that. Let me tell you something. Pirate the fuck out of corporations. Pirate the fuck out of big name is what I would say if that were legal.
Right.
You know, I don't do that because I don't promote illegal stuff on Blerd Without Fear's YouTube channel. But if it were legal, I would say do it all the time.
Well, and well, the thing that I was actually just going to throw out there too, just as a little kind of a, I guess like a adding, but once again, buttressing your point.
No, I haven't seen the Steam TOS. I don't know what that is.
I have not seen it either. I was going to say, please share with us. But I'm going to share with you this. This is an image I always keep on hand.
Shop local, steel corporate, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Fuck them.
I mean, that is generally my general rule of thumb. I don't, and honestly, I don't feel sorry for corporations ever. I never feel sorry for corporations. I don't have it in me to,
nor should you.
Yeah. It just, yeah. I just, that's my attitude towards it. And you can take it how you want to. But that said, we do, let's see, what does he say here? Did Elite put it in there? I haven't seen, I don't think he put it in there, but yeah, I haven't seen the new Steam TOS, but I'm pretty sure it's on some fuck shit. That's, I'm pretty sure it's on some fuck shit.
I'm trying to look because it'd be some crazy. Recently, Steam updated its term of service to enhance transparency regarding digital game ownership. Now, during the checkout process, users are notified that purchasing a digital product grants a license to use the game on Steam rather than transferring ownership. Oh, so basically, it's letting you know the thing that most of us already knew is you don't own shit.
Yeah, you don't.
You're paying them. You're paying them $60, $70 for the privilege.
Yes.
And you best say thank you.
Yeah, look, hey, thank you, massa. Thank you, massa. Yeah. Well, no, actually, I want to share a little something. And I think everyone. I know, man. Imagine
Jon Stewart, like, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we got another year for the play button because we got struck. Yeah, Robo wanted to say go do illegal shit. Go do crimes.
go do crimes. Be gangster, do crimes. But no, I'm gonna. All I'm gonna say is this. For me, it's always this is my mantra. Y'all know me. You know me well. This is my mantra when it comes to corporations, and it goes. It goes a little something like this. So come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. That is my mantra. That is my mantra. Come aboard. Come aboard.
Big fan of One Piece.
Yeah, big fan. Huge fan
of One Piece.
Huge fan. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all look when y'all see this, you know what I mean. Y'all know what time it is. You put your straw hat on. Y'all know how we roll out here. Y'all know how we roll. Head to the Grand Line
with a VP
in the pocket of Moxie. There you go. I'm just saying. Look, man, when corporations fuck with me, like what was it? When they said they were taking when they took Acolyte off of Disney, when they said they're going to take Acolyte off of Disney Plus, they said they're going to take all this stuff off of HBO or off of Max rather, all this stuff off of Disney Plus. Look, I'm just saying.
It's not. It's somewhere.
Yeah, look, it ain't
it
gone.
lives on in our hearts.
So Blackbeard told me, look, let me tell you, look, first off, look, I'm just gonna keep it. He said, call me Gold D Roger. Yeah, shit. Look, I will put this on everybody. Okay, I'm gonna put this on everybody. When I see corporations on that Fox News bullshit fucking around, I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with the TV show Black Sails, but that's the song I hear in the back of my head. I just hear that boom, boom, boom,
I've never seen that.
You should watch it. It's woke as fuck.
I heard it was really good. Good.
It's in the thing.
Nice.
It is there
it's
and
in
available.
the good place.
It's in the good place for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, that's really all I got. I got nothing else. Storm video tomorrow. You'll probably see a video for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto sometime this week, or this weekend, maybe, possibly, depends on.
Pretty good.
I liked it. I actually liked it. It was just the first issue, but I liked it so far. No.
Okay.
It's its own little thing, its own little separate universe. But I liked it. I liked the way they set it up in a way where it's not. What's the best way to put it? So it doesn't take place in the real world like the Turtles do. It takes place in Naruto. It takes place in an expanded universe set within Naruto is the best way to put it.
The Turtles ended up in this place because of shenanigans. Got it.
No, they naturally exist in his world.
Oh, okay.
But the way they exist is a little bit different. It's already kind of been hinted to be a little bit different. And I will also say that don't think I did not notice that Milestone Media put out a new book. They brought back the Shadow Cabinet, which I recorded a video for. That'll be coming out at some point. I'm probably gonna do? I'm lazy. I'm just gonna send these to you, Robo, because I don't think I'll actually have time to fuck with any of this weekend. We'll just leave it at that. And which reminds me, I actually need to go over payroll shit, because that is a thing that happened today as well. We'll go.
That's like paying taxes for you. That's painful.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being the boss dog. That's you. You're the boss dog.
Hey, heavy is the crown.
Heavy is the crown.
Or actually, no. You know what? I tell you what. Here, check this out. Considering what we were talking about earlier.
Oh, there you go. Heavy's the helmet.
Heavy is the helmet.
Yeah.
Heavy is the helmet.
By the way, Elite X1, I appreciate that. You should have led off with that. If you did, I missed it. But Stalkers 2, it's a Game Pass.
Oh shit! I'll have to actually renew my Game Pass because I canceled it because I wasn't using it.
Oh yeah. I caught mine. I canceled my PlayStation, but I kept Game Pass. But
yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do this.
I'm just saying the crown is heavy, so it's But yeah, that said, you know what? Kings, queens, cosmic beings, brothers, sisters, others. We have gathered here today for what was an amazing show, and I think that we did a really good job. I think we handled it. I think that I think we had a good one here. We tripped, we laughed, we had a good time. Some of you will probably ask the question, well, hey, so what are you gonna do on Thanksgiving? As we kind of alluded earlier, we'll be back next week, but it'll be on Friday, not Thursday, so make sure to keep that in mind. I'll make sure to Actually, if you hit the notification bell, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you should do so. And if you have never done so, you should hit the notification bell because that way you won't miss anything. Also, make sure you hit that like button because it really helps us out. Also helps you because YouTube will recommend us more to you if you hit the like button. It's just a thing to do. It's free. That said, Robo, do you have any announcements?
No.
Oh, well, shit, fuck it. We out of here.
I have nothing. I love y'all.
Well, you know what?
Don't forget to on a serious note,
yes.
Don't forget to, think about the millions and millions of people who were genocided to make this country happen. There's really, that's what I would like Thanksgiving to become.
Yes.
Indigenous Genocide Memorial Day. That's what I would like it to become.
I am of a very same belief. While you're sitting back enjoying, and I'm not saying you can't, have family gatherings, enjoy your turkey or whatnot, but I think what we need to do is let's decentralize the focus of, how our country was brought together. I think what we should actually centralize is all the people who were genocided. Yes. The people who were genocided so that we would have what we have now. That is the thing I think is actually infinitely more important than meat glazing a country for
Plymouth
being
Rock,
genocidal.
whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
There you go.
But that said, thank you all. And as always, I this is the mantra of the channel. And also, for Robo of Left Face TV, I am the Blerd without fear. And Disney, you can go to hell.